Welcome back to another episode of Podcast P. We got a special guest today for episode 11. We got the 6-time NBA All-Star, 3-time All-NBA, Compton's very own, LA legend, SC legend, the list goes on. We got my man's DeMar DeRozan in the house.
We had to get number 11 on 11 episode.
Had to do it.
Come on.
It's only right.
What's up,
It's only
sir?
right.
My
Appreciate
dog,
you,
man.
champ.
Appreciate you.
Welcome to Podcast P.
Yeah, it's an honor to be here, man. I appreciate it.
You got the GOAT, man. LA legend, man. Yo, where I gotta ask, where the name Debo? Cause that's when when it was first introduced, like, oh, that's Debo.
Right. Damn. Nobody really asked me this.
Yeah.
And it's crazy because from middle school and high school, all my teachers, everybody only called me that. That was it. Like it was a thing from back home.
Yeah.
And I remember it all started when I was in 6th grade. I always used to hoop at PE with the 8th graders.
Uh-huh.
I remember I got into it with one of the 8th graders. Big dude. We ended up getting in a fight. And I beat him up. I've never told this story. I swear to God, I never told this story. I beat him up. He was an 8th grader, big dude. Beat him up. And the whole school was just like, oh, he got beat up like he was Debo.
Yeah.
Everybody just stuck with it, calling me that after that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It just, it's crazy. I promise God I never told that story. And it came from me getting in a fight with an 8th grader.
Yeah, that's funny.
You remember that dude?
Yeah. I probably don't. Be honest with you.
He remembers for sure.
I'm sure he remembers.
You know he remembers.
But that's where it started from, and everybody since then started calling me that and stuck with me from middle school to high school. And when it started, getting to the league, then I was like, because when people call me that, you had to know me from back home.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So when it started carrying over to the NBA, I was just like, I don't know how it started. How I got to the league, but that's
how I started whooping ass.
Whooping ass.
Yeah,
What you mean? Whooping ass? How you
It was just from back home, though.
Debo.
I don't know how I got carried over to the NBA. That's the thing.
Somebody heard you whoop that ass from a long distance.
That guy never showed up to the park again.
That was the correlation I got. Like, it must have been he whooped somebody's ass, so it had to come from Debo.
One fight in middle school. That was it.
That was one way. I thought he was just like Debo
out
on
here
the court.
bullying 8th graders.
That's how I started.
Hey, that's crazy. Why did the fight start? What happened?
Because I was so athletic, I was dunking, I was doing all this every time, and I always used to beat everybody, like all the 7th and 8th graders we playing, and one of them just fouled me real hard, and we got into a scuffle, turned into a fight, beat him up, and my popularity from school just started from there.
So wait, hold on.
We got Debo in the.
You beat up an 8th grader.
Yeah.
And you was dunking.
In the 6th grade, yeah.
God
crazy.
Damn.
I just heard that too.
Yeah. So when he said it, I was getting into fights for dunking.
Yeah, I was
later.
That's how it all started, bro. I'm telling you.
6. How tall was you in 6th grade?
I don't even remember. That's a good question.
So you wasn't just dunking. You was catching bodies.
Yeah, I was I had the one leg down pack, bro. You know when you throw it in the air, catch it, go dunk. Everybody used to huddle around. That's how it started.
Because it took me till literally last game freshman year
No bounce.
finally dunk. No bounce.
For real.
It took me forever, bro. Like the crazy shit was I used to go to school early just to try to hang on the rim my freshman year, bro. That's how crazy it was.
That's crazy.
And so it took a whole year to finally be able to dunk.
Jackie, did you see what Meek Mill posted the other day?
Nah, Dallas, I'm in playoff mode right now. I ain't got time for none of that stuff. But anyway, what did he post?
He put in a crazy $10,000 entry on Steph Curry, Kyle Lowry, and LeBron using Prize Picks.
That mean he watching our show. He watching our show. He trying to be like me. That's what he trying to do. But wait. People don't even know what we're talking about right now. I was like, I got to calm down. Tell them what Prize Picks is all about.
Prize Picks is a daily fantasy app. You pick 2 to 6 players like the video on your screen, then pick if they will have more or less than their Prize Picks projection. You aren't competing against other people. It's just you versus the projections available.
We know how much Meek won, but tell the people how much they can win.
So you can win up to 25 times your money on any entry. And on top of that, all first-time users that deposit and use our promo code PodcastP will receive a 100% instant deposit match up to $100.
That means if you deposit $20, Prize Picks is going to give you $20. If you deposit $100, Prize Picks is going to give you $100. Cha-ching!
At what point was you at that point of just touching and hanging on the rim?
Yeah, it started then, like, halfway through my 6th grade year, because I used to always just mess around. And I got it. And, like, halfway through my 6th grade year, that was the only thing we used to practice on was trying to dunk. And once I got it, it just kept going up from there. But it started when I was in 6th grade for sure.
That's crazy.
Wow.
That's crazy.
Yeah, well, just to be clear, though, do you know how tall this guy, how tall were you in high school? Because he had a major growth spurt when he got into college. So he wasn't, just for the people at home, just so they know, I don't want you to look bad.
My freshman year, I probably was like 6 foot, 6'1", freshman year.
That's crazy.
It is crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And you can dunk then?
But, bro, he was only 6 feet tall. Like, he wasn't however tall you are now.
It took me a minute to, like, grow into my body. Because even my biggest growth was my sophomore year. I was like 6'1", 6'2". And then before I started the next season, I was 6'6". Like, I grew like 4 or 5 inches in that one summer.
And what you 6'9" right now?
Yeah, 6'8", 6'9".
Yeah.
What you?
I'm like 6'6", 6'7". He taller than me, but we played in high school. My senior year, he was a junior, and he was taller than me.
But he looked like that.
Yeah, and I was more.
He looked like that.
He looked just like this?
Yeah.
Like, literally.
Deboed in.
He was Deboed in.
I never forget when we played in high school. I never forget.
Your parents ain't never played no sports?
My dad played football.
That's why you probably built the way you built.
No, yeah, no question.
Because that motherfucker probably kept you in the gym every
That's all I did. He used to take me to run stairs, sand dunes, do push-ups, everything, you name it.
That's why
I was on jail program at a young age.
Remember your dad wasn't.
See, my dad had me fishing this shit.
Your dad was fishing.
Had me out here floating slides and shit.
He had P going to the game in jean shorts to go play games and shit. Remember?
Yeah.
His first game was in jean shorts.
Hey, I'm not supposed to be in the league, bro.
No, wait. No.
Bullshit.
You really played in the game with jean shorts?
First game.
That's hard. That's hard. I ain't gonna lie, that's hard.
Daddy just picked him up and said, "Hey, you got a game, P." P said, "What? I do." And then they put him at center.
Hey, that's hard.
Yeah, center, bro.
In jean shorts with the strings hanging off of him.
I'm in the paint, bro. I'm embarrassed. The tallest kid out there, jean shorts on. It looked like I was just thrown out there, like had no clue who my teammates was. I didn't know the rules.
Bro, you got to tell that story more, bro.
Yeah, bro, because this was my first time playing organized ball. So, like, I would hoop and play in the front yard, you know what I mean, around the world and shit. 21s, like, I'll play in front, but I never played, like, the organized game. So, like, when he threw me out there, like, I didn't understand the game. You know what I mean? I didn't know, traveling, double dribble. Like, that was all foreign to me.
Damn.
And then, so throw me out there. And in my head, I'm a guard. Like, I ain't work on none of this shit down here.
Damn, I never knew that. With the jeans on.
Huh?
With the jeans on.
With the jeans on. The jean shorts on.
Crazy.
Wait, Tommy Hills?
Oh, my God.
It probably was some Levi's. Pop.
DeMar, talk a little bit about, you just mentioned that you never forgot the first time you played against Paul. And I want to hear both sides of that story. Talk a little bit about the first time you played against P and then vice versa.
Yeah, I think the first time, it was like in Cerritos. I forgot the name of the gym where we was at. And I remember on the way there, it was like, man, you gonna play against this he the next up, young guy. He could do everything, be ready. So I used to try to psych myself out in high school. Either if we was playing like a hood school, I used to go into a thing like, all right, we about to play against some gangbangers. Now I gotta be an imaginary gangbanger on this floor and be ready in case anything happened. You know what I mean? So when we used to go outside our element of playing anywhere, in Compton, anything, we used to play against more like skilled players. You know what I mean? I remember them talking about PG, like, he's skilled, he could do everything, he defend, he this. So in my mind, I'm trying to psych myself out and be like, all right, I gotta act like I'm an NBA player. Like I'm after this season, I'm going to the NBA. You know what I mean? Yeah. And I remember that game, I came out gunning. Like I think I had damn near 50 that game. No, easily. No exaggeration.
Hey,
real shit.
I'm gonna tell the same story.
Same shit. I think no bullshit. I really think I had 50 that game, and I just came out like just trying to go at him because I didn't want him to get the best of me. and everything. I just remember that game vividly because my coach on the bus was telling me this whole story. So it kind of like shook me a little bit because I'm like, damn, this motherfucker nice. He like that. All right, let me come in this shit ready. So that's how it went for me.
Yeah.
Dang.
But so okay, so we playing Compton, right? And so everybody know DeMar DeRozan in high school. You know what I mean? We following the whole scouting and like we know DeRozan, we know Drew Holiday. Like we following y'all, right? So it was a buzz before we even played y'all, like at the school. So we like, cool, we get to play Compton. Cool, bet. So we drive down to Compton, right? I remember we got there a little early and we went to a Jack in the Box. Bro, we knew we was out of our element, bro. We walk into Jack in the Box, graffiti on the walls, like the tables is etched out knives and shit, like gang shit. So we like, yo, where the fuck we at? Right? So now we trying to find the gym. Yeah. So we go to y'all school. They like, nah, they not playing here.
Yeah.
So we drive around the city for like 20 minutes, bro. 20, 30 minutes trying to find this gym. So we get to the gym. We see y'all out there. Y'all already warming up. We literally had to jump right off the bus. Late. We had to lace our shoes up on the bus because we was late. So literally we hopped right off the bus straight to the court. Right to the tip-off.
Yeah.
Also, y'all didn't even get to warm up.
We didn't even get to warm up because we was late.
Because at first we thought they wasn't going to show up.
Yeah.
We was there early. I remember that.
Yeah. And so, bro, I remember it's one play that sticks out to me. You was like, the ball was like about to go out of bounds. I don't know if you remember this play. The ball was like about to go out of bounds. Dude caught the ball like toes right above the out of bounds line, shoots a three, cash. It is a play that like sticks out to me for like
right when
forever.
he about to go off to the side,
he like caught it. He caught it. He saved the ball from going out of bounds. His heels is hovering the out of bounds line. He catch the shit. Cash. I'm like, oh, he did everything, bro. That 50 piece is no exaggeration.
How many did you have?
Yeah, I'm just about to ask that.
I don't even. It wasn't 50.
No jean shorts.
No jean shorts. I probably had like a honest, like probably 15.
It was one of those ones because you could tell who was going to be special from just the LA area.
Uh-huh.
So it was like for me being a senior, it was like I wanted to prove a point. And it was early. It was like
probably like 8 games into
easy.
high school season.
So it was just like, you just had to come ready. Like, and I just remember like, dude was a guard. He taller than me, longer than me, more athletic. And it's like, I gotta prove a point. You know what I mean? So,
yeah, 50 points proved a hell of a point.
We walked away from that like, yeah, he's serious.
So y'all definitely lost that game.
We lost.
Yeah.
Okay.
We lost.
Yeah.
How much y'all lose by? You remember?
I checked. We lost. It was like 71 to 58 or something like that.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Shit, so only
you can YouTube.
So only a few more people in your school.
55 to 23.
No question.
Damn.
Like my first time, hearing about you was when you was with the P. Miller.
Yeah.
It was the All Stars, right?
Yeah.
Like how did that relationship form? Like how did that come about?
Man, it's crazy because I played on the team SoCal All Stars. We had just won nationals in middle school, and the team was breaking up.
Mm-hmm.
And we didn't have no sponsors. It was nothing. It was like me, Brandon Jennings. It was a bunch of guys from LA. We just didn't have a team to go to.
Mm-hmm.
And all of a sudden, like, P came out of nowhere, like, I got an AAU team. Y'all just come to, play with him.
Mm-hmm.
And we all went over there, play with him. We thinking he just going to sponsor the team, you know what I mean? Doing this motherfucker at every practice, taking us everywhere. Like,
he be committed.
like he was locked in.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? I'm talking about we going to the house. He got, having parties for us, like, at the house, chill. Like, it was like on some real, like we was on some N1 mixtape type shit, like how we was moving. You know what I mean? Like, I'm talking about we getting off the plane. We got the big bus waiting for us. Parents, we staying in 5-star hotels. Everybody on the team got a cell phone. I got my first cell phone with P. I'm talking about everybody getting a Sprint phone, Sidekick. Like he took care of us.
Y'all
you know what I
get
mean?
wrap chips,
Like-
a cup of noodles.
Listen, we had it all.
I know he had it back then.
He didn't have
Like,
he had a rap stack back then. All
but we going to shit like Nickelodeon Awards.
That's
like we
dope.
going to all this stuff. Like as kids, bro. Like,
Nickelodeon.
like we
That's
doing
balling right there, though.
Like for me, it was everything
Right.
because it's like I used to look forward to like the weekends because he used to invite everybody over on the team over
That's dope.
just to come hoop in the backyard to do everything, and it just started just out the blue. Honestly, he just wanted to keep the AAU thing rolling, and I think it started when it was in eighth or ninth grade, and I just stuck with it from there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Did you have a relationship with Rome before that?
Nah.
Or you
just
like joining the team? You
joining
found
the
out,
team,
your son
everything.
hoop too?
Yeah.
Okay.
Soon as we all joined the team, I remember we had like a tryout practice, and P came, Rome was on the team, and initially I'm thinking like, all right, Rome a star, like P a star, they not going to be around us like that. But Rome was at every practice, P was, and me and Rome just kicked off our relationship like the first day of practice. You know what I mean? And ever since then, we've been tight.
Do you remember the party that he had at his house? I'm pretty sure you were there. It was our senior year, and it was like anyone who was going Division I had like a glow stick on, and it was a great night.
Yo, it was like on some Project X type shit.
It was fun. I remember Brandon Jennings was having
Yes.
a little
Oh
bit
my
too much fun that
God.
night, but I came down there with Drew. I wasn't sure if you were there.
Yes, I was there. You know what I was there doing? I was at the front door. I was charging people at the door $5 to get in. Like it was a free party. Yeah, I got there late. I swear to God. Hey, nobody ever brought this that story
I
up.
just remember the glow. What was it? A glow stick? Because
Yes.
I played with Drew at Campbell Hall. I don't know if you remember, but anyone that was going D1 at this party, had like it was like a glow stick or something like that, and it was fun,
bro.
Damn.
It really was Project X before Project X, bro. Like it was like
It was going crazy like
it
that.
was going crazy. And I remember getting there and I was charging people $5 to get in. I remember I did it for
That's
like
awesome.
30 minutes.
Yeah.
I remember I collect like $450, right? And I pocket that shit. Nobody knew, right? But I remember what's crazy, that story. Me and Ron just talked about this story like 2 weeks ago. That's crazy. So he was telling me about the story, how much trouble he got in after that. Because
he didn't know.
He didn't know it was going to turn out.
It was going to be like that.
That bad. And the house was fucked up.
Yeah, it was
Fuck the
lit.
house.
Yeah.
I'm talking about the house was fucked up afterwards. Like
So did P know? It was like
he found out,
okay.
and that man went nuts the next day.
Yeah.
Because he didn't know it was supposed to be a party.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I think like, correct me if I'm wrong, was this like when Facebook or something just started? Because it was a mass post put out.
Yeah, because that was like my senior year, and definitely was on. I think it
Probably
was
like
on
It was like
MySpace.
MySpace.
Yeah.
Whatever it was, the post with overly more than what he expected.
Yeah.
And it was so many people who came to that party, and it fucked up that house. P was so mad. Like it was really was some Project X shit.
Yeah, I remember.
Damn, I missed it. I was in Palm Beach board and shit for sure that day.
Back onto the house.
Nah, I kept
Shit
it.
y'all messed
I know.
up. $400 something you won.
Nah, I still.
Y'all supposed to call the maid with that money? Tell them to come clean up.
That's
Hell
crazy.
nah.
You brought that up. That's
I'll
so
get that.
crazy.
Yeah, I remember going in there with
That's
Drew. Me
Debo.
and Drew were like,
Man.
They getting that money.
Going on?
What
I
money?
just thought about it. He Debo'd that situation.
Yeah.
Oh, you
swear.
really is Debo.
Left
Let
about
me see if I got all my credit
$450.
cards and shit over you like that. You ain't got me, bitch.
No, that's crazy. You brought that up, man. That shit.
thank you. Thank you.
That was a crazy night.
Okay,
night.
so you and Rome got the connection. How did because you made the call to get him at SC, right?
Right. So we had looked at a few schools, and especially at that time then, we were so close. Whatever school I was gonna go to, he had to go to. So
Package deal.
yeah, package deal. You know what I mean? And we looked at a few schools. I remember it was like Florida State. I almost was about to go to Florida State, but just when hurricanes and shit was happening, I got terrified. I said, man, I'm not coming to no fucking Florida State. Too much shit going on.
Hey, like,
So X that, it was a couple other schools. I remember I never told this story too.
Hey, we love
Hey,
it.
this is
remember-
great.
Getting it all out
You
today.
got it all
I
out.
love it.
Heard that story? It's
You gonna make them tune in more.
This shit gonna be funny. Rome gonna laugh at this shit too, because I don't think we ever told this story. I wanted to go to North Carolina. One, because it reminded me of Compton High, Blue. Michael Jordan went there. Like, I just really wanted to go to North Carolina. And I remember going on a visit, and I'm like, taking a school tour of the school. We sitting in Roy Williams' office, and I'm like, "Yeah, I want to come here." He was like, "Yeah, man, we'll love to have you, but we not taking him."
Wow.
I said, "Oh shit!" Oh damn.
Was he there?
Yes.
Oh, that's
he
sick.
was there. I said, "Yeah, we want you, but he not coming."
Who we talking about, y'all? Is Little Romeo, Master P's son.
I
So if
was
y'all
like-
keep hearing to say Rome or something, that's Little Romeo we talking about. Continue.
So I'm like, that's my dog. So I'm like, man, fuck it then. I ain't coming here either. You ain't taking my man. Fucking, I'm gonna stay home and go to SC. That's how it went.
So that's how it went.
So that's literally how it went.
Literally how it
But
went.
did they tell you why they wasn't taking him?
Nah. And see, at the
Boy,
time,
Williams a cold
at
dude.
the time,
dog.
I ain't tripping because I'm riding for my partner. I'm like, man, this is my dog. Like, you gonna say no? Well, man, fuck
Where was
it.
Debo at?
That's me saying fuck it.
Nah, Debo, you supposed to get him on the spot. Like, we won't hear.
Can't do that to Roy. Come on.
Then, plus, I didn't want to leave. I was terrified to leave home. I wanted
Yeah.
to stay home. You know what I mean?
what's
Like,
up. LA
Hey,
down,
I feel
man.
that. That happened a lot, man.
Yeah,
That's
bro, like-
shit. I stayed close just for that reason
like,
right
I had
there.
to. Because I'm looking at it too like, damn, if I go to NBA, it's a good chance I don't play home.
Right.
And I'm glad I did because next thing you know, I'll get drafted to another country.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? So it all worked out.
Mhm.
Hey, it
Love
worked
that.
out.
It's crazy. You
It
literally
worked
went
out.
the opposite.
I didn't
the
have
furthest.
I didn't have a passport, bro.
Yeah.
I didn't have a passport.
So how did so you get drafted? Because after you get drafted,
You got to go right there.
you go straight to the city,
So
straight to the team that
But
drafted.
he didn't have a passport. How that work?
That's what I'm saying. I want to know.
2 days before the draft, they gave me a guarantee. Like, if you at 9, we're going to take you. So I had to go sit my ass at the federal building and get a passport a couple
Get that
days
expedite.
before the draft.
Wow.
That's how it worked out. I didn't have a passport, nothing. And the crazy thing, my whole first year, I was by myself because nobody in my family had a fucking passport.
This dude got some
That's-
stories,
that's-
man.
You know what I mean? Like, nobody could come pull up on me like
That's real.
That's crazy. You
None of
didn't
that.
have a passport. You out there by yourself, and you was how old?
what, I was 19?
19. Yeah, you needed
I
your
ain't know nothing
family
about nothing.
around.
I'm
Right.
wintertime coming around, I'm wearing Chucks in the snow.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't know
Literally in
nothing.
a
I don't know
foreign
nothing.
country.
I don't know nothing. Like,
That's
I literally
crazy.
didn't know nothing, bro. It was crazy. I was still eating gyros off the fucking side of the street in the little stand. That was my dinner. I was stuck in it. I was stuck in it. I didn't know.
He was 19 living though, boy.
No.
Shit, that's crazy. No
What a-
passport.
Want to talk about, since we was on the subject of SC, we got a hell of a recruiting class coming in
For sure.
this next year. Bronny being the top of that list. What advice you got for Bronny?
Man, for one, I think how great he is just already handling the spotlight,
Mm-hmm.
the attention and everything that comes with him being who he is.
Mm-hmm.
He handled it so well, in keeping that, like, that passion within LA, especially coming from Sierra Canyon, everything that they did there, taking it over to USC, a school that even when I went there, I always used to wonder, like, man, why we don't get more attention? Why
Mhm.
more guys don't want to come here and be in the middle of LA, down the street from the Staples Center,
Mm-hmm.
like, and really just build this, university up more for the basketball side. We all know what it do,
Right,
football and
football.
everything, but basketball wise, you just need that big name to come there to bring that attention in. He the perfect person for
Perfect.
that. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? I think the way he come in, the way he gonna handle it, the attention he gonna bring, and the player that he is, I think is gonna push SC to another level that we haven't seen it.
Mm-hmm. I agree. I know people would like to compare him with Bron, and I got to watch him play in Vegas. He was playing right before my team played, and they was losing the game, but I just saw, that was my first time seeing him up close, and I saw, like, he got it, bro.
Yeah.
He got all the shit Bron got. His high IQ. He athletic. He make the right plays. He can shoot that shit. Like, I was amazed. And then,
Sure.
as you said, like, he can, like, he's got the personality, the charisma. He's
Everything.
got the humbleness. Like, SC really, they got a good
Man, they got LeBron James. Did it today, man. They got LeBron James.
They got the little version of him.
They basically do.
He's gonna be elite. I like his
I
game.
think, yeah, I'm very excited and looking forward to it because I think it's really gonna be something dope, bro.
Mhm.
Like, it's gonna be special. It's definitely gonna be a mini Staples Center in there.
Mhm.
I think that alone going to bring so much excitement to just sports there from the basketball side. And like you said, the way he know how to play the game, I think that's just going to translate over perfect for college basketball.
They took somebody else over there with him too, right?
Pack.
Yeah, they got the number one point guard going over there too.
The other point guard. What's his name?
Isaiah.
He's supposed to. Yeah, he's good.
Yeah, you got Isaiah
Dennis Rodman who?
Jr.
Oh shit!
Wait, that's Dennis Rodman's son?
Yeah, his
About
son.
to be crazy in there.
The point guard is Dennis Rodman's son.
No, the point guard is.
Okay. And then they got Dennis Rodman's. Okay.
Oh, they got. I'm confused.
Oh, they got it. No. So they got the number one point guard.
Okay.
Which is Isaiah.
Got you.
Then they got Bronny. Then they got Dennis Rodman's son as well.
Wow.
You got Boogie Ellis coming back. He was there last year. He averaged 17, 18. He was their best player.
Yeah.
So they're going to be.
So they all just doing 1 year and going straight to the league after their championship.
Yeah, they going to have a squad.
How did you feel about the tweet that LeBron sent out that said he was watching some NBA League Pass and said that Bronny was better than some current NBA guys right now?
We do got a lot of sorry motherfuckers in our league. I'm gonna be honest.
No cap.
I'm gonna be honest, bro.
That's fair.
I'm be completely honest with you. I'm the type of dude. I keep my opinions myself. I chill. I play the backseat. But being in the league so long, you realize how many motherfuckers don't love the game of basketball, who take it for granted, who feel so entitled, who just want everything that come with it, but don't want to put the work in.
Mm-hmm.
It's so frustrating, you know what I mean? Especially like we played in an era where you had to like earn everything, you know what I mean? So you got so many guys coming in thinking like they just should be playing because they homeboy told them they nice, and it's like, bro, you're not good, you know what I mean? So I definitely got Bron's standpoint of that because it's you'll be surprised. You'll be surprised.
Yeah, it's a good. What is it? 450 of us. It's a good 75 to 100.
Stinks.
Good dudes though. That's why they on the team. Good dudes.
You know what I mean?
Hey, they got to be good at
Great
something.
dudes.
Good dudes.
Yeah. That's hilarious.
All right. So your first year at SC compared to your first 2-3 years, because you say folks couldn't come to T Dot. Which one you had more fun with?
Man.
And T Dot is an amazing place.
Yeah, I want to say.
Let them know what that T Dot is.
Toronto.
I'm just saying some people don't know watching our show.
T Dot.
Toronto
Google 6.
that.
I'm just telling you.
Drake.
I think my time in Toronto was the most fun because it put me in an element of, like, it broke myself all the way down from a player perspective and a human being, because now I got to grow up in the midst of grown men, and at the same token, I'm learning how to be a professional and how to work on my craft every single day with like nothing else to do. Like this is my job, you know what I mean? So it showed me how to really put time, effort, and understanding what it takes to really be good. And being around so many older guys and seeing how they carried themselves, where they went to go eat. Like I remember I had one vet, Jared Jack, you know, and he used to show me what to order because I was the type on the road, I'm getting chicken tenders, barbecue sauce and shit like that, and I'm good.
What you comfortable with.
Yeah, it just shows you, you know, how to eat right. You know what I mean? I didn't know what a fucking chef was until I seen the older guys going home saying, man, I'm going to have a chef cook couscous. I don't know what I don't know what, you know what I mean? So it's like those elements for me was so enlightening and fun because it was such a first. Every day, like my first couple years in the league, everything is such a first that nothing somebody could tell you could prepare you for it. You got to go through it. You know what I mean? And those moments for me was everything, honestly.
Yeah. Shout out Jared Jack, man. He was
Jared
a great
Jack,
vet.
old school vet.
DeMar entered the draft in 2009 with Drew and a couple other guys. And again, a lot of these, a lot of us all played together growing up. So P, I'm curious on your perspective, watching DeMar go, watching Drew go, and you're still in college. What was that like seeing some of those guys that, you know, you have summer stories and camps and travel tournaments. What was it like being in college, and were you keeping an eye on Drew and DeMar?
Absolutely. I was more just motivated just from the simple fact of like, y'all was holding it down for SoCal, like, you know what I mean? And that's what I was carrying when I was in college. Like, they doing it big. I wanna carry that shit just like them. You know what I mean? So I was motivated watching y'all when I was at Fresno and watching, you know, Brandon Jennings. People don't talk about enough. His rookie year was crazy. I remember it was his first game against Golden State. He went for the 55 piece.
55, yeah.
And that was just like, yeah, like that's my class. That's like, you know, West Coast, SoCal, LA, like they holding it down. Yeah. So when I was in school, like that was the biggest motivating factor. And then you got James, you got Russ, you know, and then the list goes on from, you know, the Paul Pierce, the Baron Davis, Swaggy P, TC, like everybody. Like I was just deep into like this whole West Coast.
Yeah.
I'm, you know, they holding it down. We had a wave, a movement going, and I was just trying to carry that on. So y'all definitely motivated me through that process.
Yeah, that's dope. Yeah, real.
So at the moment, Bron and the Lakers, they up 3-2 against the Warriors.
Didn't you go to a game? Weren't you just at a game? What game were you at?
I went to ours.
I
went to that game.
Game
Clippers and the Lakers.
Clippers.
Wait, wasn't it?
Phoenix.
Phoenix.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Clippers.
that was
Game
Phoenix.
3 or
That's when
Game 4?
That's
I
when you
remember
was
seeing
deployed,
you.
right?
It
Yeah.
was Game 3.
Game 3.
I think it was Game 3.
I remember
yeah.
seeing you.
Don't you think the Clippers would have won if, you know, we were healthy?
No question. Yeah,
Love to hear
no
it.
question.
Love to hear that.
You know
You
what
heard
I
it
mean?
here first.
We threw that in there.
I appreciate that.
I threw that in there for you.
I played against the Miami Bron. You had your moments when you were in Toronto against the Cleveland Bron. When you watch him now, like, how do you see him evolve, or how did he evolve to you?
One, his IQ has just always been what set him apart from, you know, from everything.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the way he read the game, dictate the game, control the game, and it necessarily never have to be with scoring.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I think this Bron is being more of the IQ for everybody than before because, you know, like you said, the Miami Bron, that motherfucker was incredible. You know what I mean? Same as Cleveland. But at any given moment, he could turn it on and get you 45,
right?
Get a win,
right?
Or go out there and get you a 40-point triple-double, get you a win. You know,
right.
Whatever it may be. I think this time around, he's trusting and using so much of an IQ to dictate the game and win a game. Like just the other night, like I never seen him not attempt a field goal first quarter. You know what I mean? But it made such a big impact on the game, and they got the win. So his IQ just being first and foremost, being imputed on the game is something that I'm definitely seeing different from him.
I know he's been getting praise, rightfully so, but he's been getting praise, especially on like the social media and shit, with his ability to recognize plays and you know, remember plays and shit. And when I was watching it, I'm like, all right, like it's a back screen that you're taught to switch.
Yeah.
Like so Bron ain't really. But then I was thinking about it, like, damn, there was moments where he would call shit out when we playing him.
Yeah.
Or he'll be like, he'll just blow up the whole play, like, no, it's going over there, it's going over there.
Yeah.
And you be like,
wait, so LeBron be knowing all the plays?
Yeah.
No, he knows the plays, bro. He knows his plays down to a T, and he knows your plays down to a T.
How the hell does he know that?
How many plays do you guys actually have? Because when I watch the game, it's mostly pick and roll. Like there's actions going on, but like, you know, out of a timeout or out of bounds, I know there's probably some plays, and some coaches are X and O's or some not. But how many plays would you say like?
We got a lot. I ain't gonna lie. We got a lot.
Then also within plays, you have so many different options out of that one play.
Right.
You know what I mean? That you could attack and you expose the defense with, you know what I mean? I think, you know, you try to go over teams 3 to 4 key sets, and throughout that, you know, the smart guys, that's why you look at like, you know, when Rondo was playing, Rondo could run a screen and roll and kill you to fucking death with it. You know what I mean? It's just a screen and roll, but he understands every element out that screen and roll that he could expose the defense with. You know what I mean? I think, you know, you don't have that many high IQ players in the league that could dictate the game like that in today's game. It's so different. You know what I mean? But but when it comes to Bron knowing that, you know, he definitely know to a T, because he also know people tendencies too. You know what I mean?
He know very well.
Like once you understand and know guys' tendencies, it's easier to cut off certain options and box offense in. You know what I mean? And that's what he's great at. You know what I mean? So it's just dope. I mean, you see it. Like, just so you was talking about the hammer play that he cut off last game. You know what I mean? It's like, many people wouldn't catch on to that. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like,
they'll try to fight over that.
Try to fight over it. And
give up the easiest three for Clay.
Yeah, either the three or the layup.
Right.
For the guys that stink in the NBA.
That stinks. And be like, I didn't know it was coming. It's
right.
Oh, I was looking at the ball and some guy screened me.
Or they just think like, I got to guard my guy. Like, that's it. They don't have the whole like concept of like shutting the whole floor down. Like,
I would not want to defend the Warriors. They're just constantly moving around.
It's
just like
it's tough. It's too tough, especially when you have the two greatest shooters of all time.
Yeah, I mean, and they don't stop moving around. Like and Clay. I mean,
Draymond was making threes yesterday.
I'm so impressed with Clay's ability to catch and shoot. Like he doesn't bring it down. There's no time for you to guard that, but. DeMar, speaking of LeBron, P talks about this play when he was in Indiana that he remembers the most. And I'm not going to have you explain it again, but there was a play, I think it was a game winner, where P was kind of being lazy on defense of some sort, and it happened real quick. Is that...
No, I would. That's not how that rumor started. That people.
Okay. He just remembers a play.
Was it the layup?
The layup, yeah.
Okay.
So
was he being lazy on defense or no? Do you remember?
No, you got to think. It wasn't even him being lazy because...
I was 2 on the play.
Because Bron just cut the play off as soon as he caught it because P was on the top side of him.
Okay.
And he just, you know what I mean? Like, but that's us as basketball players and knowing tendencies. Like, when you're a great offensive player, when you got to feel like you're going to attack it right away. And that's all Bron did. You know what I mean?
Okay.
P didn't do nothing wrong.
I'll take it back. My bad.
He just was on the top side. And as soon as Bron caught it, he went right away. You know what I mean? Like
that play haunts me, bro. Like that's one play that like, damn, I wish I could take that shit back right now. Because it was, I think he was supposed to go right. And I was trying to jam him. I was trying to blow the play up first and then jam him on the catch so he couldn't use that space and eat that up. It was only a couple seconds, so I was trying to make him work. By that time, low man comes over, pull over for the help side. Mm-hmm. He caught that shit so fast, and it was once he in front of you, you can't get in front of that.
But my question is, do you have a play kind of similar to that, maybe during those Raptors-Cavs series, a play that really stuck out to you when playing them?
I think the play that sticks out to me is game 3, my last year in Toronto, where he was full court, shot the one-legged floater and made it. That was it. That was like the end of my time in Toronto. Like, that was it. You know what I mean? We was down 3-0. Obviously, we lost game 4, but I just remember, because I was out the game, and I just remember him shooting that one-leg floater and it going in. I was just like, shit, this is it here. You know what I mean? Like, it was it. That one haunted me for sure. That one.
I think he put me away too, man. I think that was because he played. I think we played them first round, got whooped up, and then they played y'all. I think that second round.
No, when we played y'all in the playoffs.
No, I'm saying that same year because that was your last year.
Yeah, my last year. Yeah,
that was what 2017.
2017, yeah.
2017. Yeah. See, that was that was my last time in Indy. Yeah. He got me up out of there too.
Shit, yeah, we was out of there.
Y'all both were struggling playing against LeBron.
Man, what? It was over.
They swept us 4-0.
Yeah, we was swept too.
Yeah.
We got swept too. Shit. He be sick as shit.
Yeah,
it hurt, man. Especially when you fight so hard to just keep yourself in the game or, try to win a game, and it comes down to that last, like, and that bitch go in and the crowd, especially when you're on the road, it's like you feel like a dickhead because everybody pointing at you. You know what I mean? Like, you just
crowd going crazy, the other team jumping around.
Like, you go back in the locker room. Sometimes you need a minute. Sometimes, I know for me, it's been times I don't talk to nobody until we land wherever we back home. You know what I mean? Like, it sucks. You know what I mean? Especially when you're a leader of a team because you don't never want to go out like that. You know what I mean?
And and sometimes you don't even think about that shot. It just be like, damn, I turned that bitch over. Yeah. Like, missed that layup. Like, damn, like all that shit counted. And then it's the game winner. Like, damn, if I would have made this or if I would have hit that free throw, like that shit would have meant nothing. Yeah. You start thinking of the other shit.
Definitely playing on you though.
So is there a difference in your guys' opinion? Like if LeBron hits a game winner on you, like that's one thing. But what happens when it's like a role player who hits that shot, who's typically not in that position to make the game winner? Is there a difference that you feel after someone hits a game-winning shot on you?
I feel like yeah and no.
Yeah, because depending on who takes it, you can sit up there and be like, we live with that.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
But if you just giving up a wide open shot to Damian Lillard, you going to be, you know what I mean?
Right.
It's like,
right.
It's definitely a different. I ain't mean to say
Yeah,
that.
I was just going to say, was that a shot, bro?
I should have said
Dang, bro.
You remember that too, huh?
Oh, shit.
All right, guys, that's enough for DeMar DeRozan for today.
Let's go with it.
I'm just trying to think.
Hey, I was looking at him like, I'm waiting like.
Debo,
I was trying to think like, you know what I mean? It's like if a guy who's known like, you know, if Kobe hit a game winner on you, like
they'll live with that.
That's what he do.
Right.
You know what I mean? God damn, I won't be the first. I won't be the last that he do that on. You know what I mean?
Right.
But if it's somebody random, you like.
Yeah, I feel like because it's you obviously know the scouting reports on like the Bron's, the Cobes, like you know the scouting reports. So like when they get to their shit, you like, damn, like I know he trying to get to that. I feel like if it's somebody that's like not somebody that's that like you said, somebody that you'll live with, I feel like, all right, cool. Props to them. And he made a good shot.
He made it.
You know what I mean? He made it. Damn, all right, I didn't expect that. I'll live with that. But if it's somebody that's like, you got the scouting report on them, like the best player, I'm not going to let you get your shot. Right, you know what I mean?
For sure.
It's funny you did bring up Dame, though, because we got to address that.
Yeah, I want to know what he thinks, like, just because you brought it up, of course.
Yeah.
What did you think of that shot? Do you think P played that play correctly?
Yeah, because this is what people don't understand. Like, if you've never been in that situation with that type of player, you don't know what it's like. Because if you press up on him, he drive. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like, it's hard. He's 35 feet away from the basket. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. It's a tough fucking shot that only maybe two people in our league could fucking shoot and make that with ease. You know what I mean? So it's you got to pick your poison, which one it is. You know what I mean? Because it's tough, man, and not too many people would shoot that shot.
I got killed because in the press, and I was emotional at the time. I got killed in the media. Oh, he hating. Dame say, oh, he hating. It was a bad shot, but to his respect, like he a hell of a shooter. And when that play is going on, like I'm in front of him, and I'm like watching the time behind him, and it's going down. So I'm like, at what point is he gonna make his move? Yeah. Like, and I see him sizing me up, like, so I'm like, I know this nigga's not about to shoot this shit from here. So that's why I jump before he jumps. Yeah. Because it's like 2 seconds left at this point. Like, so he it's gonna be a tough shot if he so I jump before he jumped. He ended up to make the shot even tougher, bro. He sidestepped it. and bro, the whole time I'm like, that shit was like a fucking Gatorade commercial, bro. Just following that shit.
Make sure we show that clip.
Nah, don't show that one.
I mean, it's just literally, it's probably two people in our league who could shoot that shot and make that shot. Literally, him and Steph. I don't know nobody else who has that range, that confidence, and just will shoot something like that. Like,
Caruso.
Hell
Alex
no.
Caruso?
He's one of my favorite players.
That's my man. That's my man.
I like him.
Caruso can shoot from there?
No, that's being stupid, bro.
It does suck to be like on the bad side of such an iconic moment.
For sure, yeah.
Because I be seeing that shit in commercials. I be seeing that shit in the NBA. And I just be like, damn. Kids be like, Dada, turn the channel. Got him. Oh, man.
So I want to talk to y'all about Jordan Poole because you know he got this new contract. He hasn't been coming through like he has. You know what I'm saying? Do y'all think it's because of the situation with when he got deboed by Draymond and that's, causing this? Or what do you guys think it is right now?
No, I don't think it's because of that. I think nobody have a perfect off season. We all done had our shares of struggles, and sometimes those struggles are necessary for what's coming to later. What's to come later. You know what I mean? I think that's the way I look at it.
Mm-hmm.
It sucks that he's struggling for his team. I'm sure he want to do everything to help for his team. But sometimes for his career, this may be something he need to be even 10 times better than he could even expect.
Right.
Later, if this didn't happen. You know what I mean? If he wasn't going through this moment that he's going through now, would he pan out to be the player that he probably see himself to be? Probably not. You probably need this moment to become more later down the line. It sucks in the moment, but that's how I look at it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Because I've been through it, P been through it. Like, we've been through that. And sometimes that's the shit that builds you up to even be more of a more resilient player, because shit, your favorite players, everybody done went through it some way, somehow.
Mm-hmm.
We not Michael Jordan, you know what I mean?
Right,
There's only one Michael Jordan, and even he had his moments where he was, you know, he was some shit, you know what I mean? But he figured it out, and that made him more resilient and come back even better. So that's how I look at it.
Yeah.
You know, I don't think it's because of all that other stuff. That's just my opinion. You know what I mean? So
yeah, I think it's like you say, I think it's just human nature, bro. Like, everybody miss shots. Like, everybody goes through a stretch. It sucks that his stretch is happening at the biggest time of their season, but everybody goes through stretches. Like, and for him, like DeMar said, like, it's a building block. Like, it's something that he's just got to navigate through. I remember it wasn't in the playoffs, but I had a game, played a full game, ended with a donut, bro. 0 points, played like 30 minutes. I was like 0 for 9, 0 for 10, like 0 for 12, something like that. Had a donut. And we were flying back to Indy, and all I could think about was that game. And we had B. Shaw at the time, and he talking me through it, like, you know, he giving me all shit Kobe did, what Kobe went through, how Kobe changed his regimen, how he changed his routines. And that shit stuck with me. And the point I'm making is, like, I think it's good for him to go through this type of adversity, because then now he changes, you know, how he prepares, how he gets ready, like, and this is a magnitude. Like, he's playing with one of the best, if not the best point guard, best shooter. Mm-hmm. Like, it's a lot going on in this series, deeper than him. For sure, you know what I mean? So he's trying to carry. He's trying to help a dynasty. He's trying to carry that legacy for Steph. Mm-hmm. So it's a lot that he's juggling, bro. And it just so happens that he's got to learn. He's got to learn from it.
You got to learn.
He could very well
learn next year, though. Don't learn this year.
But that's what I was gonna say. If they get past, like, he could very well be a breakout in this next series. Right. You know what I mean?
I believe it. I love Jordan Poole. I ain't gonna lie, even though I know,
because he's a player that can get hot.
He's dope. He's dope. He's definitely dope.
He's a field player. Like, once he's in his rhythm, like, he's a player that can fill it up, and he looks comfortable out there. And I thought I saw a little spurts of it. Yeah, of him playing a little better. But yeah, it's just something he got to navigate through.
Do you think that, you know, the whole contract year is a real thing on both sides? Guys that are, you know, on their rookie deals a year before their next contract, or have you ever seen that in the league where some guy just got paid and it's like,
they'll tell you, I'm trying to get paid.
That's that. Yeah, you see it from both ways. Guys say, man, I got to get paid. I got to do this. And you see some guys get paid and be like, I'm good.
Yeah, I'm chilling.
You know what I mean? Like, it definitely varies. You know what I mean? Like I remember my contract year, after I got paid, it was a thing to me, like, man, fuck that. I got to work twice as hard. You know? Mm-hmm. And I remember that was after we did the Olympics. Mm-hmm. Played the Olympics, came out that next year, and I had my average 27. My best year up to that point, just because I didn't want my contract to be an issue or even be talked about. So I wanted to work my ass off even more. You know what I mean? I had the opportunity to be around 11 of the best players in the world. We go win a gold medal. So it's like my motivation was even pushed like even higher. But that's me. You know what I mean? Some guys be like, shit, I'm cool. I'm good. This is all I needed. Mm-hmm. I turn it back up in 3-4 years when my contract is up. And it don't work like that.
Yeah, that shit meant something to me. Like, when you get that contract and you not only the best player on the team, but the highest paid player on the team, like, that shit means something.
Yeah,
it
comes with a lot.
It comes with a lot. And so, like, I think the new age guys, like, they don't look at it that way, bro.
That's our time was so damn, it make us feel like we old as fuck when we're not that old. Like, our time is like, you have to work. You really have to work for everything that you got. You know what I mean? And what came with that, you even had to oversee that. Nowadays, it's like, oh, I got it. I'm good. And it's like, it shouldn't be that. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I felt like I had to start all the way over every time I got a new deal. Like, I got to be more than what that just showed. You know what I mean? And it pushed me.
Yeah, it's good that you had that attitude, because I would imagine on the flip side of that, some guys, like you said, they do get their money, they chill out. And in your guys' age, how much more money you guys are getting paid now compared to your first couple of deals. You know, I'm sure there's some guys that are regretting that they didn't, take it seriously, because the contracts now are just ridiculous.
And that, I mean, that's what's scary about it, because I don't think there's a select few of the guys that I think, like Anthony Edwards, for instance, like he's a guy that's going to continue to get better. He wants to be the best player in the league. Jayson Tatum, he wants to be the best player in the league.
Mention my boy.
Who?
LaMelo.
Oh,
gosh.
Like these young guys, like those are the examples. But there's a lot of guys, a lot of these young guys, I think that are going to kill everything that we worked for to get, you know what I mean, our CBA up to par. Yeah. I think that it's going to come to a point where it's going to collapse, because they're not taking this shit serious as we used to.
For sure. And that's where my frustration come from, because I hate when people take those moments for granted, because they don't know what it's like. I mean, my first deal out of my rookie deal was $9.5 million a year. I remember getting killed, saying, "Oh, he's overpaid. He's this. That's too much money."
Rookie deal.
I'm like, in comparison with guys get now that average 7 points. You see what I'm saying? And it's like, now you have guys looking at the standard like, oh, all I got to do is average 7 points, and I could get $100 million a year. And it's like, that's your standards? That's what we going off? You know what I mean? So,
doo-doo.
I used to think like, damn, like I gotta get X, Y, and Z for this next one. Like, damn. Because it was a criteria. You know what I mean? You had to get all NBA and all stars. Like you had to, like, it was a criteria. Like,
but also our criteria too was winning.
Right.
Winning. Like that was the thing. Like you gotta win. You gotta be getting in the playoff. Not no lottery team saying like, I did my part, I'm gonna still get paid. Like you had to be a winner. You know what I mean? Like it's changed now.
It's changed.
So DeMar, you just kind of mentioned that there's, some guys in the NBA that, don't necessarily love the NBA, love playing the game of basketball on a day in and day out basis. And Pat Bev on his podcast just kind of mentioned that he thinks that there's like less than 50% of NBA players do not love playing basketball. Do you agree with that statement, or do you disagree with it?
I 100% agree with that statement. No question. And even when he said it, I agree with him. I mean, those conversations I even had with Pat personally. You know what I mean? We all within our realm have those conversations, because you been in a league long enough, you see it. You see it. You know what I mean? We always tell young guys that come in the league, like, we work 2 to 3 hours a day. It's no reason why you should ever be late, why it should be anything else come before this. This is what you get paid millions of dollars to do. And you have access to the gym to be able to work on your game, do whatever it is you need to do. And some guys don't do it. Some guys come to a gym, practice 10 minutes before practice.
Right.
And think whatever we do then, their day is done.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
But we'll sit on a fucking video game longer than they work on their own game. You know what I mean? So
that's
it's
crazy.
Like it's
be mad when they not playing.
Yeah, and mad when they're not playing. They got every excuse, blaming coaches, blaming this, blaming that, and it's like you're not even putting in your full effort to get everything you want out of being a good basketball player. You know what I mean? So I know for me, being in a league so long, you see that shit so much, and you wonder why so many guys. You be like, man, what happened to that guy? What happened to that guy? Why that guy don't play? If you really just pay attention to it, you will understand why they don't play. They don't love the game.
Yeah.
They don't love it. They love everything that comes with it, but
yeah. And to that, like, there's a lot of dudes that just fall under that, just being so naturally gifted.
Yeah.
That they don't have to, or I wouldn't say they don't have to, but that they don't put that extra work in. They don't treat this shit like they life depend on it, and they just show up and they give you 20, they give you 30. Like there is a lot of those guys in the league that are just naturally gifted,
and that's a whole nother percentage of guys.
That's a whole nother percentage.
That's a whole. So it's a small percentages of guys that really just this is everything. you know, to us. Like, it's really just everything to us. You know what I mean? One example I always like tell young guys, it's like me and PG was playing in the game, he got hurt. And people don't talk about what it takes to even recover, to come back and be even a better player from something like that. You know what I mean?
It's crazy.
Like the mentality, the work ethic, everything that go on that type
mental
of shit.
mind.
Everybody don't have that, bro. I'm telling you, everybody don't have that. I literally was in that game. Like we went to go play in the FIBA World Games. So not even 2 years later to be going to get a fucking gold medal with them after seeing what just happened. Like, to me, that speaks volumes of just a work ethic a person have. Everybody don't have that.
Yeah, talk about that when you were at that game. Obviously, you know, most people got to watch it from TV, but I know it was a sad moment, but as a player, seeing another coworker, you know, we're coworkers now, it's crazy. But what was the feeling in the gym? Just walk through that moment.
It sucked the life out of all of us, man. Like, nobody wanted. Obviously, we didn't finish the game. Nobody wanted to play. And I remember that night, I ended up driving back home to LA. We was and played that game in Vegas. I remember driving back home, and it was just like, you know, the energy was just sucked out of me just playing, because obviously having a relationship with him and seeing that, you're not sure what's going to be what. You know what I mean? Is he going to be able to play again? Is it this? Like, you know, you more so think of a guy mental, because for us, it's like, this is all we got. Like, this is my safe space, is hooping. This is me being able to escape from family shit, friend shit, personal shit. Like, this is all I got. So to have that snatched away in a game that we just was trying to put on for you know, the fans, you know, it definitely sucked.
Yeah.
I mean, it just more so was checking on him whenever I could, just to make sure he was straight. You know what I mean? Because it takes a mental toll more than anything. You know what I mean? So just checking on him, and like I said, just to see the bounce back to him, just getting back, being an all-star, playing, being him, like, to me, that was the most, like, that was the dopest shit for me as a competitor of, like, goddamn, like, you know, that gives me belief. That's how I look at everybody's shit. You know what I mean? That's how I gauge, like, my favorite players and guys I look up to, whether you young, older, same age, is just how you go about, you know, hardships and how you get out of that. You know what I mean? Because there's so much you could find within a person with that, because we really don't know how deep we could dig in ourselves into some type of tragedy happens. You know what I mean? That, to me, that type shit speak volumes. So when something like that happened, it was like, now I get to share the same moment with them to get a fucking gold medal. Like, man, this shit was dope. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that shit happened full circle. And I was following y'all through that year. You know, and y'all was wearing the, you know, Get Well PG shirts. And, I was following y'all. It was bittersweet, because it was damn, I want to be there with the guys. Like, I was looking forward to that trip. I had the shit all planned out. Like, just like the opportunity, be out there with James, with you, Clay, Steph.
Yeah.
Like, I was like, man, and this was coming off my greatest year yet. You know what I mean? 2014 we just lost to Bron and them, but it was like my greatest year. I felt amazing, like ready to make that next jump.
Yeah.
And then boom, that shit happened. It was devastating.
Yeah.
But definitely y'all kept my spirits high. Watching y'all, you know, watching the games live, they broadcasting, you know, showing a bunch of support and love. Y'all always kept me close to y'all. So, you know, definitely shout out y'all, getting me through that process.
Yep.
It was love. I wanna touch on the mental health space. You being one of the biggest person occupied in this space, you and Kevin Love gave me, you know, the courage to be able to talk about, you know, day-to-day shit that went on with me, and just to open up that, you know, that jar to the world, what I was dealing with in the bubble. I wanna, you know, what inspired you, or what encouraged you to pretty much, you know, go out, because it's tough. Like, when you say stuff, people take it as, oh, it's an excuse, or, you know, he's tripping, he's this, they label you right away.
Yeah.
But, you know, you definitely stood out there and kind of just, explain what was your thought process behind stuff and what was going on with you. Like, talk to us about that.
I'm be honest, it wasn't no thought process. What made me come out was just simply like pain.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Just like you carry so much, and you just feel so empty and so heavy at the same time, to where it's like you want to lash out.
Mm-hmm.
And that was just a lash out moment. You know what I mean? That turned into something so great. And looking back on it, like I didn't plan. Like I'd be lying to you saying I planned on doing that.
Yeah.
You know, it was my most purest emotion. You know what I mean? Because I always explain it to people that I'm close to. It's like, we always got to be a certain way when it's time to go to work, time to play. Like you said, like after games, if we lose a tough game, we supposed to be always politically correct, and like we're supposed to be this way. Like when fuck that. Sometimes I want to yell. Sometimes I want to throw a chair through a fucking window.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta hold all this in, and it's like I just got to a point to where I just got tired of feeling like a fraud, of just always making it seem like I was okay all the time. You know what I mean? Like people don't understand how hard it is when you are a leader of a team, that whatever good happened in this game or bad is gonna fall back on me.
Mm-hmm.
And I gotta just eat it. I'm supposed to sit back and eat it. And a lot of that shit it weigh on you. It weigh on you because sometimes I want to feel normal. You know what I mean? I just want to feel like dude over there that nobody bothering, that's sitting there enjoying his fucking sandwich and just chilling and living his life and laughing at something that's on his phone without getting tapped on or feeling like I got, you know what I mean? And I just got fed up and just wanted to just like lash out, and that's where it came from. And with that, the most beautiful thing happened from it, because I was able to share a story to help somebody else. You know what I mean? And that gave me a whole different type of strength in empathy for people in general, that I hope that other people could see within us. Because it ain't about us making fucking millions of dollars, because I know more millionaires that's fucking feeling alone than more people that's I know some broke motherfuckers that's happy as hell. God damn, they fucking
living
happy.
life.
I be hating. I be jealous of these motherfuckers. You know what I mean? They just be smiling and
motherfucker
just
happy.
Like this ain't got nothing, but whatever they got is everything to them.
Is in their
pocket.
pocket.
I also
all
know
they
some
got
motherfuckers who got everything that feel like nothing.
empty.
You know what I mean? So for me, just being able to share that story and allow, whether if it's athletes or anybody, just to be able to express themselves, because we all got a story that we hold in because we so judgmental and want to, pick at somebody because this happened or they going through this, when it's like, nah, man, it's strength in telling stories. You know what I mean? Like I used to get through most of my days by, like, I'll watch somebody's story randomly on TV and be like, God damn, what the fuck I'm complaining about? You know what I mean? Like I could be like this person right there. It could be as bad as that. You know what I mean? Like I know it sounds so cliche, but when people say it always could be worse, it really always could be worse. You know what I mean? So with that, just find the strength in being able to tell your story, because you don't know, even if it helps one person, that's all we could do. You know what I mean? But we hold in so much shit. You know what I mean? I know even for me, I was growing up, it was always, man, keep your fucking head up. You better not cry. I don't want to hear you complain. So what? It was always that, to where you build up a disdain of having this internal aggression of always saying like, nah, fuck that. I'm never supposed to have sympathy for myself. So with that, how you supposed to have empathy and sympathy for somebody else? So for me, like once I just let that side of me go, you open up a whole different realm. And granted, I'm fucking far from perfect. I still be having fucked up days where I just be
as
like,
we all do.
Like, you know what I mean? But with that, I'm able to like address my emotions quicker instead of just tucking them away and running off, acting like they don't exist. You know what I mean? So that's just where all that came from. And I'm still learning. I'm still growing, trying to figure out even that aspect, because it's a continuous journey that comes with it. You know what I mean?
This episode is brought to you by BetterHelp. And fellas, since we're talking about BetterHelp, have y'all been going to therapy? If so, let me know how it's been going.
Yeah, I've been going to therapy. I started back a couple years ago when I was dealing with stuff going on in the bubble. Been going since then and been keeping up with it.
Yeah, when I was younger, I went once and I was kind of like, I don't want to do this. But as I've gotten older, I've been going a few times here and there just when I feel that I need it. And I think it's been helping.
What can you tell me and other people about this experience?
Therapy is all about deepening your self-awareness and understanding, because sometimes we don't know what we want or why we react the way we do until we talk things through.
It's helpful for learning positive coping skills and setting boundaries. It really helps you become the best version of yourself.
Was it hard for you guys to find a therapist?
For me, it wasn't. I just called a few people that I know have been before, and that's how I got there.
What about you, P? You got any suggestions for people who want to looking to start therapy?
If you're thinking of starting therapy, give BetterHelp a try. It's entirely online, designed to be convenient, flexible, and suited to your schedules.
Discover your potential with BetterHelp. Visit BetterHelp.com/podcastp today to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/podcastp.
How much of, speaking of mental health, and we kind of touched on it, when you were graduating high school, social media started coming around, and now obviously social media is everywhere. It's, all these different platforms. But how much are you the type of guy that goes on social media and, people can be obviously very mean and comments and stuff like that? Does that ever play a part into some of that mental health aspect for you?
Not now, but I see how it does with this generation. You know what I mean? Because I could always go back to like what it was like when it wasn't none. Like you didn't have to read random people opinions and none of that shit. Like you didn't have to see none of that. But being older, I think I become more overly protective because I have kids, and it's like my kids got to grow up in this, and I got to teach them how to not let these things affect them, because I know it's just words. You know what I mean? I know it's just words. I know it's people just hiding behind shit, saying anything and everything. Like, so it don't necessarily bother me. You know what I mean? But I see how it could affect so many other people in this generation, because so many people look for validation through social media, which is a false universe that's, you could be anybody you want. You know what I mean? I have a homeboy that I would think he live in a mansion with 10 cars, but still sleep at home with his mama.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's looking good on the gram, huh?
It looks great.
Yeah.
And that's just the facade that is so easy to get lost in and compare yourself with fictional things on social media. You know what I mean? It's so easy to get caught up in that. So for me, it don't affect me, but I see how it would affect the world today.
Yeah, I think it depends on the person. And so I think it's awesome that you both have kind of spoke about mental health, and I've kind of had a first person view of kind of watching him kind of go through fame and rise. And P, I kind of have the same question for you. How would you view the social media world, and how much of that plays an effect? And we always, the pandemic P thing. I mean, he's got it real bad. Like some NBA players, I feel like they're a little protected on the social media side of stuff. And then there's some guys that are almost like a scapegoat. Like if anything goes wrong, it's his fault. Yep. He's trending. You don't know if he's trending. He might have had 35 points, but he's trending for something else or something like that. So for you, P, how much of that social media world kind of plays an effect on your mental health space?
Yeah, that shit used to bother me because like I've always been under the radar. You know what I mean? Like, so any type of attention is new to me. Like I'm not used to attention. Like
sure.
I'm the type of person that gets like I shut down.
Yeah.
No bullshit. Like if 100 fans come rushing in here, bro, I'm like awkward as hell. Like I don't like the attention. And so when you start to get negative attention, it's like, wait, like I ain't even bothering y'all. Like so then I start getting defensive. I remember I used to be like if somebody said something on Instagram or Twitter, I'm like looking up where the fuck they live, where they from, like trying to see if I remember this face. Like if I ever see this motherfucker, we gonna have to talk. You know what I mean? So it used to bother me because like I said, I just wasn't used to that attention. But then going through the bubble and going through the shit that I went through, it made me realize just like what I'm doing in life, the people that I help in life, it just made me like realize what was important.
Yeah.
And it's the people that actually know me. It's my circle. It's my friends. Like somebody that like, as you said, make up this whole world on Instagram, make up this whole world on Twitter. They probably ain't got shit going for themselves, but to try to poke and, you know what I mean? And 9 times out of 10, you respond, they be like, oh shit, I didn't even think you would see this. Like, huge fan. Like, and so it made me like, it helped me through the bubble realize that, like, this shit ain't like, I'm good. You know what I mean? Yeah. And then that's really where I got the help. I had to talk to somebody. I had to work through shit. I was in a dark hole, bro. No bullshit. I was in a dark hole in the bubble just because it was no outlet. I couldn't talk to nobody. Yeah. And it was literally my phone, the TV. Only shit that we really could watch on TV was the games, the sports, like, and so it was just a constant thing. And even when I shut that shit off, my parents watched that shit nonstop. So now I'm talking to them. They bringing the shit up. Like, you hear what so-and-so saying? I'm like, man, stop calling me.
Yeah.
Like, so now I'm shut off from my family. Like, so I was just in a dark place. But I think, you know, there's the social media can work in your favor as well.
For sure, yeah.
You know what I mean? There's guys that benefit off of the social media. You just, you know, you just got to know what you're dealing with going into it.
Sure, yeah.
Speaking of social media, traditional sports media is very opinionated. They always talking big shit. I don't care. They don't hold their tongue. They always talking shit about Westbrook and James Harden. Now, I want to know between y'all two, does that motivate y'all or does it make y'all better?
I know for me, I don't give a shit. I don't, because I look at it like their job is to go in there and be opinionated.
Right.
Without us, they have no job. They have no opinion.
Key.
You know what I mean? So I look at it like we the ones really doing you a favor to be able to have any type of dialogue. Mm-hmm. And from there, no matter how great we may do something, you still can have an opinion that's negatively based upon us. True. So it's a lose-lose situation if you emotionally get caught up in it. So for me, I just look at it like it's a sci-fi movie. It's all fictional. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like, who give a shit? I'm not waking up wanting to talk about fucking Skip Bayless. I don't. Right. He's not on my mind no matter what he do or don't do.
Right.
You know what I mean? Right. So I just look at it like it just comes with the job. You could find motivation in it, but I'm not going to, base my motivation off an individual I have no clue about that's just going to talk about every single man down the line. My daddy always told me never talk about a man. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he always told me this quote that I always kept this to myself. You remember the movie Candyman?
Of course.
Only time he came out is when people said his name 3 times in the mirror.
Yeah.
Other than that, that man stayed to his fucking self.
Yeah. Now,
if more people follow that theory, we'd be in a better place, but it don't. You know what I mean? I'm not the man to go in the mirror and say Candyman 3 times. I don't want to see the motherfucker, so I ain't gonna see him. So that's me though. You know what I mean? So I can care less about somebody's opinion. You know what I mean?
That's
me.
Facts. That's
what about
facts.
you, P?
It kills all the good that we do, because it'll be one moment that Skip Bayless they'll spend fucking 2-3 episodes on. Like, they'll keep revisiting these one moments. Mm-hmm. And like, look what Russ did. Motherfucker averaged a triple-double 3 years in a row. Nobody has ever done this shit.
It's not good enough.
And we talking about him and him, like, him going through his struggles with the Lakers. And that's what everybody like remembers now. You know what I mean? And so it just kills these narratives. It kills all of the shit that we build up. It kills our legacy that, like, we human. We go through shit. We have bad moments. Like, that's what make us people. You know what I mean?
Facts.
And so it just, to me, I hate this new media shit. I hate that they throw these, every game is a new stat. Like, I be watching the games and they be, they just find stats to just put up on the TV, and it's like, bro, for real,
it's no winning against the media. You know what I mean? Because
that's their job.
I was watching some a few years ago. I was watching a game, and I forgot who won the championship. But before they could even like get through the broadcast of the night of them winning the championship, it's already, but can he do it again next year? God damn, he just won it.
Right.
He just won. Like,
vacation.
Like they can't even enjoy it. It's like, can he do it again next year? And it's like, yo, you would never, in that moment, I realized you would never win versus this opinionated media because they control whatever it is they want to say. And nothing's never good enough.
And you know the problem I have with it? It's a lot of the world that don't really watch sports.
Yeah.
They watch Sports Center. Yeah. Mm-hmm. They watch what the recap was. They watch the comments based off of that. Yep. And then they run with that opinion. Like, it ain't their real opinion. It's just the opinion of an analysis had. Like, and so that's the real problem behind it. Like, because if they really watched games, they'd be like, oh, okay. Yeah, he struggled a little bit, but I know like it was an off game. Right. You know what I mean? Yeah. But they follow and they feed into these narratives that, you know, the Skips, the
Stephen A.
Smiths, like they feed into these narratives, and then now it's just the whole world is thinking this one way based off of what they said.
Exactly.
That's a great point. Like, people don't watch sports.
They don't watch sports.
They go to that and
Skip never played sports neither, huh?
No.
Did you guys see?
He played, but we see how far he went.
Right. That's it. I hate people like that.
Did you see the? It's kind of. I think it speaks to our society as a whole right now. Just how, like, why would someone want to be so negative and just? It is sad. It's sad. But again, they have their own reasons. I was shocked. Did you see the UFC thing the other night? Speaking of Westbrook, I love the UFC.
That was a low blow.
That was disrespectful.
How would the UFC allow that? Like, what was in their mind to think that was a good idea? Don't be Russell Westbrook was one of those.
It was a key for a fighter, 3 keys of what not to do so you could win the fight. And it was like, you know, but the last one was like, don't be Russell Westbrook. And it's like,
wow.
it was beyond disrespectful. And I get you know, it's just, but that's just how much the media just have these bullshit narratives. And, you know, because I guarantee you it's not one peer in our organization who will ever disrespect Russell in no type of way. Mm-hmm. Everybody understands how much of a legend he is to the game of basketball and how much, granted, P played with him. He a good friend of mine. And it's like, that's the type of player I would step on the court with every single game.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, you don't find players built like that. But, you know, we got to deal with all that, you know, bullshit.
He deal with it good, too.
He deal with it great.
Yeah, he does.
Deal with it great.
With that shit good.
He does.
Deal with it great.
The crazy thing is, bro, he be on top of shit. Like, that was one of the most impressive things. Because it'll throw me off my game if I'm talking to somebody and then I got to check a fan and then I got to log back in. Bro, he be on it.
Yeah, he'll
check your ass quick. All right, then. Hop right back into the game. Yo, this Pete here. Yo, what you say? Yo, get him out of here. Get him out of here. And he right back into the game. Like he don't let that shit affect him at all. The shit that happened in Phoenix. We going through the tunnel to go out to the floor. Fans start chopping it up. Pressed him quick. What you say? Oh, nothing. What? Yeah. All right. He go right back on the court, busting Phoenix ass. Like, that shit just does not faze him.
Russell get your ass kicked out the game. You better quit playing with him.
Russell get your ass,
he points, too. Motherfucker right there with that hat on.
Here go walk.
Glasses with the kid.
Yeah, here go walk right up to you.
Get him and the kid out.
Hey, that got to be a segment. We got to add the Debo to one of our segments, man. It got to.
So we've been watching the Boston Celtics play right now, and there's been a little bit of the media kind of talking about, you know, the tandem between Tatum and Brown. And so they're obviously both super talented individuals, but there's been some rumors speculating on the long-term fit of those two guys in Boston. And so both of you have had the opportunity and are currently playing with other NBA All-Stars, guys that can take over a game. Pease kind of came out and talked about 1A, 1B. What is it like playing with, you know, Zach LaVine? And I think this is one of your first times playing with another wing that's equally as talented as you. Right. What has that experience been like?
I mean, it's been great. You know, last year, my first year in Chicago, coming to play with a guy like Zach, you know, that hasn't had the success to match his talent over his career, to be able to just come together with him and be able to share that with him, you know, with both of us being all-stars my first year there, just being able to show the world his true talents, you know, it's been great because he do stuff on the court that's so, like, that puts me in a what the fuck? Like, you know what I mean? How special he is. You know what I mean? And it gives me a different type of drive and a motivation just to give everything that I've learned since I've been in the league, to give it off to him so he could take it to another level. And that been the fun part and cool part about it, because throughout my career, you know, the guys that I played with, I kind of leaned towards them. Like Kyle Lowry, when we played together in Toronto, I always used to lean towards him for so much, with him being older and being able to play with LaMarcus Aldridge in San Antonio. Now being, you know, the older guy, to be able to play with such a talented guy, it's been fun for me. It's great. Just giving my knowledge, my experience off to him, and kind of try to figure out ways to mesh that together so we could be the best we could be.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think like being the number one option, and if your skill gap is like that far off, it's tough to go through that for a full season. Like playing with Russ, playing with Y, like we human. Like it's some days my energy might be low. Some days I might be tired. Some days I might be like, damn, like this, I'm aching. Like this is gonna be a tough one. But then when you have somebody, like you got a sparring partner that you know that day is his day, it's like, oh, okay, I got that juice now. Like it's dope to share that, you know what I mean? And you see it at times with Tatum, with Jaylen, that they play off each other so well. You know what I mean? Like it's not like it's you get a shot, I get a shot. You like he be in attack mode, Tatum be in attack mode. They looking for each other. They play off one another. So I think, honestly, I hope they stay together.
Yeah, I hope so too. Because what they 24, 25 tweets?
And like, look where they at.
And it's like, it's so hard to find two talented wings in our game to be on the same team. And those guys have gained so much experience already playing together, being to the finals, being in, you know, conference finals, all-stars. It's so hard to find that when you're an organization. And like you said, I hope they stay together. It's been fun. I got the chance to play against them. I mean, we both did when they was young. You know what I mean? In the Eastern Conference Finals. So, I mean, in the Eastern Conference. But, I hope they stay together, man. It's hard to find two talented players to be able to play together.
Right, because then they, like, you think about legacy, they doing it in Boston. And they got a chance, if they stay together, if they build their shit out, like, they got a chance to be up there with some of the greatest players we've ever seen. So I hope them two, like, I hope it doesn't come to a point where it's the pie's not big enough. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, I hope they can figure out how to share that shit and grow together, because they've been growing. You know what I mean? They're continuing to grow. You add a piece or two here and there, but I think, them two together, bro, they can do some things. Yeah.
Well, I want to keep it this PG and DeMar connection that y'all got going on. Y'all first, 2016 Olympics? Yeah, I want to talk about that. About the Olympics, and but I want to first talk about that USA yacht that y'all was on.
Weak as hell,
bro. That was the grind. I ain't gonna lie,
that shit was bro, weak as hell.
Man, that was the grind. Oh my god, that was the grind. Just to be first together. First, we was together for a while. Before that, I think we played in like 5 different cities, leading up to we even going to Rio. But once we got to Rio on a boat, it was like we was eating the same shit every day. We had this little game room we used to go in, sit in. Like, it wasn't much to do but sit on a boat. Yeah.
Then nobody got sick?
Nah, I mean, it just, you know what's crazy? The rooms are so small, we couldn't stand straight up in the shower.
Oh, that's
wow.
Stand straight up in the showers. You could hear, like, if your room next to mine, I could hear your phone conversation. Like, you know what I mean?
We right next to each other.
How big was the yacht?
I mean, it was big, but it's still a boat.
Yeah.
It's still a boat.
So y'all, all these tall motherfuckers in this one boat.
One boat, bro. And we sharing the boat with the women's team. So it's not just us.
But that could be a good thing and a bad thing. But I understand what y'all saying. But damn. Why they didn't have a bigger
Nah, that
yacht for
was.
y'all with to take
I
a
think
bath?
that was the only thing I would say negative about the whole experience.
Yeah.
Because I'm like USA, and the build up to it was awesome. The 5 cities we went, we was vibing, we was
Dope,
out dinners, we was hanging with each other, and we was like, yeah, this is gonna be fun. You know what I mean? We going to Brazil, like it's gonna be a good time. And then we get there, boom, we can see and we was gated. It was a big ass fucking gate that separated us from the civilians, the fans, the, people around or USA Basketball, or the Olympics in general. So it was just you could see them, but there was no interaction. We was just stuck on a yacht, nothing to do.
Literally.
Give us some insight on the legendary one-on-one games at practice during the Olympics.
Yeah. They it's crazy. I'm gonna give an insight from my perspective. I remember that when they used to play one-on-one, I never used to play. They used to play, right? But I used to sit back and watch, right? And those moments where I used to watch all the guys and try to either see what was their favorite tendencies or steal something from them and add to me. Because, we practiced, but it was cool. But a lot of mornings I used to come in earlier, work out before, and we go through practice. And I used to sit there and watch all of them play one-on-one just to see what was tendencies and somebody steal every time. But them motherfuckers was hooping every time, every day.
Yeah, it was fun. It was fun. I mean, KD the one that he always is the one to get the shits going. KD always want to play one-on-one. Non-stop, bro. It could be
anybody, no matter.
He
bro.
Won't stop. You gotta walk off the court. He won't stop.
We was this summer, last summer, we was, training down in Thousand Oaks, and we was trying to get a run going. So we hitting up a bunch of NBA guys. We had enough for 10, but only 3 or 4 of us showed up. So we just chilling. So he shit, fuck, check ball. And then he just wanted to get straight to the ones.
Yeah.
And he was cool with it. Me, I'm damn, I just burnt mission. I drove way down here. I'm expecting a hoop. Yeah. It was a burnt mission to me. He cool with it. Fuck it. Let's play check ball. And we played. It was me, Kai. I had Luke with me, and KD.
We stay with a KD story, boy. Or either way, every episode. Almost.
But the experience, the experience was fun
dope.
though.
After we won it and everything, you look back on it, it was one of those moments.
Tell us that.
It was you look back at it. I remember we went to a couple Olympics. We went to watch the boxing matches. We used to try to get out and do stuff. You know what I mean? I think a couple guys used to go to the beach, do volleyball. You look back at it. It was such a historic moment for us just to be all together, and we go out there and win gold, and it was this trip really wasn't that bad. You know what I mean? It wasn't that bad. It sucked in the moment, and everybody was especially, I remember when we first got there, I'll tell you a funny story. I remember when we first got there, they gave us all this mosquito repellent shit and everything. It was
because the Zika shit was serious
shit going on, the mosquitoes and everything, right? So I was man, keep this on, spray yourself before you go out, do all this. So everybody spraying shit on, all this. I remember the first day we get there, you go to the gym, man, we all bit up. We that shit ain't working. We all got this shit. You know what I mean? And everybody stopped putting this mosquito repellent on after that. But that was a funny story because I just remember they was don't try to get bit up by the mosquitoes. Man, first day everybody had some shit on. Everybody. It was crazy.
On that trip, who would you say was the one person that you either you connected with or the one person that you didn't know too much about, but then oh, okay, I fuck with them?
I mean, everybody, we all had such a cool ass relationship with everybody. I think one person I really got cool with was Harrison Barnes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I got real cool Harrison, real cool with him. And we used to do shit like this too. I remember they had another boat behind us where they had our boat where we just stayed, and the other boat was if you had family or whatever come out, they stayed on this other boat, right? So we used to go to this other boat and try just to have different other food. You had like a fake Benihana's in there, little shit like that. But they had like a club on the other boat. But it was just be us in the club. I got videos in my phone. I'm gonna send it to you. We was in there rapping songs. You remember?
Yeah,
we was in there rapping songs. I'm
Lil Wayne and shit.
We in there singing 50 Cent.
Just
we
us.
Singing everything. Just us in that motherfucker. There wasn't nobody else in there. We on stage. rapping.
That shit was packed to us,
I'm
though.
telling you, to us, it was a ball though. I'm telling you, man.
At the end of the day, y'all won that gold.
Yeah, we won it.
No, we did.
Yeah.
I would say like Melo. I think I grew close to Melo.
Yeah.
Like he put me on cigars. I never had a cigar up until that point. He put me on cigars and wines, and I used to just chill on the top deck with him like almost every night. I knew where to find Melo.
Right.
Melo, what you on, dog?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm up top. I got a stogie. I got one for you.
Another one, DJ too. DJ.
And DJ was a clown, bro.
DJ kept everything going. Like
he made it. He made it fun.
Oh, okay.
DeAndre Jordan made it fun.
Yeah.
From the get go, he made that whole experience fun. Like I remember we wake up one morning and DJ writing in group chat like, man, I'm getting this fucking group chat started. Like he'll send a video shooting jokes on everybody. You know what I mean? Like
DJ was like he quietly he was like much needed for that on that team.
Yeah.
Because he kept us connected. We literally had a group text, all of us in it, and
all because of him,
bro. I don't even know where they found some of the pictures, but
bro,
they'll put pictures in our group chat and everybody flaming it. Like you just had to take that shit. Like, we'll be on a bus, so like you'll just see everybody cracking up and shit. Like, oh, we know what they laughing at. So it was fun. It was good times.
Yeah.
Like so, every other country was in the village, but they treated us like we was rock stars.
Yeah.
So we needed our own space.
Yeah, because I don't think they never stayed in the village, the Olympic team.
I don't think so. Nah, they always were off-site. Huh?
Yeah, we went there once. That one day where we had to change, we visited the cafeteria. We went there one time. Because everybody want to see us. You know what I mean? So it was too crazy. It was too crazy.
But after going there, it made sense.
Yeah, for sure.
Because it was no way in hell.
It was no way. It was no way in hell.
Yeah.
Like we stayed in the village. No way.
Yeah. Like that shit is real. Like when they say like the motherfuckers want autographs and shit after we beat them or we play them and shit, like that shit was real. Like
it would have been too much.
They want a picture. They want to like they want to get buddy after we play.
Yeah.
So it made sense why we couldn't stay there.
Yeah.
So DeMar, you're known as being a legend in the mid-range game. P, he's good at a little bit of everything. So we'll leave it at that. I'm not gonna call him a legend in the mid-range game, but how did that develop? And like I want to know, there's not a lot of guys that shoot the mid-range. It's kind of like a lost art, especially in today's NBA. It's all three-pointers or just guys going into the rim. And so what made you want to work on your mid-range and become great at it?
Man, I was such a fan of just 80s basketball, 80s and 90s basketball. I remember my dad used to make me watch every fucking 80s basketball game where I couldn't even see who the fucking person was. Like, I used to watch every game, and he used to always explain to me certain players and how they used to get to their spots, how they used to get their jump shot off, and this and everything always was from the mid-range. Like, everything was just strictly from the mid-range. And my first year in the NBA, one of my assistant coaches was Alex English, one of the all-time greatest scorers of all time, and he just always used to tell me how he used to get to his spots all the time off one dribble, two dribbles, three dribbles max. And he just always used to tell me, master this, master this, master this, master this, master this, master the right shoulder, left shoulder, off this. You know what I mean? I got so obsessed with it, and obviously everybody knows my, relationship with Kobe. And that was one thing he always used to drill to me that he learned from Mike. And just being a fan of the game, Mike, then Kobe, I just wanted to master something, and it just always stuck with me of being like, if you can't stop this, why I feel like I got to do everything else? You know what I mean? And I just stuck with it.
When did the pump fake get so effective?
What's crazy, that was...
It don't work for everybody.
No, it don't work for everybody.
I'm not a pump fake. Like, I look silly.
It's not for everybody. It's not for everybody. And even with that, it's a guy.
I look silly pump faking.
Do it again. No one jumps.
It really don't. It don't work for everybody. But I'm gonna tell you, I never spoke on this one publicly. A guy who taught me the pump fake was Sam Cassell.
Wow.
I was 15, 16 years old.
OG.
Man, he used to play for the Clippers when I was young. My uncle's real close with Sam Cassell, so he always used to take me over his house. And he used to, you know how Sam is. He always just loud.
Right.
So he always used to talk about how he used to do certain moves. And he always used to break down a pump fake to me. It's like, man, you get to the spot, you know, you hit a motherfucker with this, you hit it with it again, they don't jump, then you just shoot over them. I'm like, and I used to always like hear him talk like this, and I used to watch film of him, and I'm like, yo, this shit really works. And it just always used to stick with me. But Sam, the one that put it in my head. Like I was 15 years old, 16 years old. I didn't know later down the line, I stick with it so much, but it just put me back in a spot to where it's like if I get fouled using this, or if I hit 2 shots in a row, I know you're gonna jump next time. You know what I mean? You start playing with it from that perspective. But from Sam Cassell and D Wade, those are the 2 guys I really got the pump fake from.
Yeah,
D Wade.
my shit's still developing.
Developing.
My shit's
It's
still
definitely
developing.
what's crazy. It's definitely an art, bro.
Yeah,
it's such an art to it, because you just it's a feel. You know, like every single night I play, a guy could be guarding me. You will hear the bench, you will hear players on there saying, "Stay down, don't jump." They still do it.
They still
you know
do
what I mean?
it.
They still do it after all this time.
But it's the patience you have with it, because if I do it one time, like, all right, he ain't going for it, let me kick it out, re-space. But like, you got the patience to, and that third one is like, all right, he's definitely shooting
it. That's what I'm saying.
And they go for it
every time. You know what's crazy? He'd tell you, we played them in the playoff. They had a rule: you would get fined if you jump.
No bullshit.
Y'all had a rule.
If you went for the pump fake, you getting fined.
You get fined.
What?
That's a sick
put it in the
rule.
pot.
Yeah.
Yes.
How much
Did you
was
get
the fine?
fined?
It was it was. I didn't get fined, but we definitely had guys that had to put money into that pot.
Wow.
It was the thing. But
Don't
it's like,
jump.
We used to get on T-Man. Like T-Man is like, you're that guy. Like, we all got that one guy that's just like, fuck, I'm gonna have a hard time with him. You're that guy for T-Man.
yeah.
Every time we play him, like, he be like you see it on him. Like, he be like, oh fuck. And this shit dates back to that COVID summer where we was hooping at the gym. The little high school, and T-Man was there guarding you. And he dated back to there, like, I cannot guard this dude.
Like this,
I have a problem every time.
It's just like, but it goes back, you know how like you could pay attention to offensive guys' tendencies. You can pay attention to defensive guys' tendencies too. You know what I mean? And that's, once I get any type of tendency that you give away to me defensively, I'm a milk it every time you guard me. You know what I mean? And it always works with young guys because you just not disciplined.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And I always try to explain this to like a lot of younger guys. Like, you know, think about it like in boxing terms. You get in 10th, 11th round, you dead tired.
Yeah.
You start dropping your hands a little bit. It's the same with how a defender may guard me. I know in the fourth quarter,
He drop it in.
I know you tired, so you not fully focused on this spot, and you probably already feel against the gun because I probably got 30 points. Now you want to stop that bad, I'm gonna dribble real hard right there and pump fake, knowing you're gonna jump. You know what I mean? So it's just small tendencies, and he has a tendency to like, give it away.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just like last year, I remember we played them. He was guarding me so hard on an out of bounds play, and I knew we needed a foul or whatever, and I knew he was gonna be aggressive on me. So he gave away the tendency of being overly aggressive, and I drew a foul on him to get me to the free throw line. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like the same shit. I got PG with a foul too.
Yeah.
In the game last year where I knew he knew I was gonna catch the ball, and I had, you know, I was just like, fuck it, I'm gonna go for the win.
How is that though, P? You know this motherfucker is the king of pump.
But sometimes it works, sometimes it don't.
It's because
Because he can hit the shot.
Yeah, he's so good in the mid range. Like, that alone is what have you jump. Like, he's so good in the mid range. It's like, damn, I gotta take this away. So like, you already in the hit because like that's his kill spot. And so yeah, when T-Man's point, like, you in his head so much that like he already just overly aggressive. Like today's the day I'm gonna get this.
He overly aggressive, but like a guy like PG, I know he not gonna go for nothing. So I got to whatever I do, I got to do it quick.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Right.
So with that,
remember what he said, quick.
But I learned
he know like
I learned because I'm gonna go for him from time to time. But I learned not to guard him close enough. That like if I go for it, I got enough time to like back up a little bit.
If
so
you
can't
close to
jump
me
into
in any type of way, I'm going to sell it.
Yeah,
sell it. And he know it. Like you know what I mean. We've done played plenty of playoff series. Like we done played against each other plenty of times, and it's like I know he may do something, but it's like he get me every fucking time with it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I'll be like, Caruso, you got the PG. I'm not.
Go get
that's a
P
good
right
matchup.
there.
You see what I'm saying?
It's a good matchup.
I mean, I know for me, it's everything, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I look forward to those moments, and it's crazy because I always had this thing with Jimmy Butler. Every time me and Jimmy step on the court and dap up, it's like, come on, let's put on a show.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Because I want that. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like I want it. Like I remember PG came back from injury in the game that we talking about last year, and he was on a minutes restriction, and we went into overtime, and they wouldn't play him in overtime. I went over to the bench, and I was mad. Remember, I was mad he wasn't coming back in because he was on a minute restriction. Because I'm like, it takes the fun out the fucking game. Like, why?
Yeah.
Like,
we go this long.
Like,
why is that y'all can't go over y'all?
It was
The medical be on.
yeah. Because I think was that your first game back?
It was, yeah.
Yeah, I think that was
it
your
was my first game back.
Yeah,
and I was out for a minute.
He was out for a minute, and we going into overtime. You know, it was tough, and I remember being pissed.
Yeah,
that
I remember that. It's funny you brought that up. I remember that.
But that sums it all up. Like I really was mad he didn't come back in the game because it's like, yo, we putting on a show right now.
Yeah.
Like
It fuced me up because if
I know you was mad.
If Rose was a verse, I'd be like, yes.
That's what I'm saying.
Let's put this motherfucker away. But it fucked me up. He was mad that I wasn't playing.
Yeah, but that's
because when we played that what was it, 2016, we played y'all in the playoffs.
yeah. Was it 16?
I think 16. We went
7 games.
Yeah, game 7. But I'm not gonna lie, the motivation I had was from our first meeting when we played in high school. That was the motivation.
Yeah.
Like I was stemming from that because like that you like I always looked at you like as a brother, and so and I know you was my matchup.
Yeah.
And so that was the only way to like
get
get into that mindset of like, okay, I got to throw that shit out and we got to compete. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so I was stemming from that. Like, I'm going to try to tire him out. Like, every play, I'm going to try to be into this shit. Bro. Yeah. It was a fun series. That shit was a fun series.
Either way, bro.
Facts.
That was a good one.
Facts.
So we always do a segment where P picks his best starting 5, whether that's two-way players, shooters. If you were going to put together a starting 5 of all-time mid-range players, who would it be?
All right, let's start with point guard. I'm gonna go with CP.
Good one.
You gotta go with Mike Jordan.
Mm-hmm. You can put both in there. Fuck it.
Who? Cole?
Yeah.
Cole.
He can play the 3.
I'm
you can put both in there.
Cole.
You in there?
I'm gonna leave me out. I don't want to put myself in. I'm gonna go with Kawhi.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with LaMarcus Aldridge.
Okay, that's solid. That's solid.
New and old. I like that.
Yeah,
What's your 5? I want to hear your 5.
My 5. I'm gonna go at my 1. I'm gonna go Andre Miller.
Ooh,
I'm gonna go Andre Miller.
Okay. Old school.
He was tough.
Yeah,
He was so good.
Back down. He was a beast. I'm gonna go Andre Miller. I got the same. I'm gonna go Kobe and MJ just because they kind of took that mid-range game to a whole new level.
Is you throwing him in yours?
I gotta put Debo in there.
Come on, Debo, you in there?
I'm gonna go to big fundamental. I'm gonna go TD.
Yeah, see, I was thinking TD.
I like yours too, P.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go to the big fundamental.
I like both of y'all.
Yeah, that's a solid one. I almost put TD in there too.
Yeah,
because he changed the game with that bank shot. Shit
that
too.
bank shot.
Yeah,
that bank shot. He had that shit down packed.
Yeah.
Where would Rip Hamilton in your gauge? Where would you put him at? Because that's all I remember from that guy, bro.
For sure.
He never
like
missed.
Yeah.
That side? Like,
yeah.
For sure. See, I always think about, like, especially from the wing position, like, Rip is definitely in there, like, but I always think of guys who could do it off the dribble off the post up, off a screen, off catch and shoot. You know what I mean? Like, especially from the wing position. There's not too many people who had it like that. Rip had it coming off a million screens and catch and shoot it for sure. But I'm talking about you give a motherfucker that at the elbow, 2-3 dribbles getting it off every time. You know what I mean? Any type of way. That's dope.
Yeah. And you put Y in yours. That's why, I didn't want to put Y in it, but Y got that same. It's crazy,
bro. It's incredible, bro.
Yeah,
like, you know what I mean. Like, I'm not even gonna lie to you.
Yeah.
It's like I remember we played y'all this year. I was telling my young fella Pat Williams, I'm like, yo, he's about to get to a spot every time.
Every time,
and it's gonna be very difficult for you to stop anything he do. But don't get frustrated. Yeah. Don't get frustrated.
I see, like, it just be crazy watching him, because some shit I'd be like, I wouldn't even try that, but.
Bro.
The fact that his hands is so big that he just placed that motherfucker over there, like, he don't go fast. Like, for me, I got to throw the ball through, try to go get it, bro. He'll walk and just place it through and, like, have no fear of anybody stealing it. Like,
none.
I know y'all not getting this.
People don't know how strong he is.
And he's strong as shit.
He's so fucking strong. If he hits you, it's like you hurting yourself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
He's just solid.
Like, he's just so solid, and he gonna do whatever he want to get his shot off. You just gotta hope he miss. You know what I mean? That's what makes it so special with him, because he would do that shit and run off a quick 20 like that.
Facts.
And it don't even look tired. You know what I mean? Like,
that boy cold.
Talk to us about, you told us about, your relationship with the late great being Kobe Bryant. Talk to us about your first time, like, meeting Kobe.
I think my first time meeting him was I was 15 years old, 16 years old at the Kobe camp. That's when he had, remember when everybody had their own little camp? Mm-hmm. And it's been a picture that's been floating out there when we was at his camp, and I was sitting front row. Mm-hmm. And it was like, you see Clay in the second row, but we was like literally like locked in to everything he was saying. Mm-hmm. And from that moment, like, being at his camp, I didn't realize he knew who I was. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And it started by a little conversation, do this. Next thing you know, it's, all right, I'm hooping, I'm having this open run, come to this. Next thing, it turns into like, yo, I'm in the gym, let's do this. You need to do this. You know what I mean? It started to slowly turn into a whole different type of relationship that just came from the respect of me just, being an athlete, really paying attention to everything he said. And, by the time I was senior in high school, next thing you know, I'm getting his shoes personally. Mm-hmm. He's giving me his shoes, like, playing these. Next thing you know, I'm going to SC, and it's like, yo, I'm going to sponsor y'all to wear Kobe's. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? I remember you made special Kobe 4s for us to wear. You know what I mean? It's like, it started from then.
That's dope.
Just the respect of me just paying attention to him, asking him questions, whatever I needed, he was always there, no matter what it was. You know what I mean? And it all started from high school, and it just carried on after that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's dope. That's dope.
I mean, a lot of people, like, even the reason I wore 10 was because of
the Olympic coat.
Okay. That was why I wore number 10. Okay. You know what I mean? And I remember telling him that, like, I'm gonna wear number 10. Everybody was wearing 8 or 24.
Right.
I'm like, I'm gonna wear 10. That was my Olympic number, his Olympic number.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's why I wore 10, bro.
I'm thinking it was just because, like, and it made perfect sense.
Nah.
Comp 10.
Nah, yeah.
You wear 10.
I flipped it to that.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
But it really stemmed from Cole, Olympic number.
Okay. That's deep. I learned something new on that. That's deep.
P always telling us how he got elbowed by Kobe. What's one of your vivid memories playing against Kobe?
So my whole career, I always wore Kobe's. And I remember it was a time I played against Vince Carter earlier in my career, and he was like, man, you wear those when you play versus Kobe? I was like, I'm like, fucking, I ain't wearing them next time I play Kobe.
Yeah.
Just, you know what I mean? He ain't about to have no mental edge on me. So I remember wearing some Jordan 10s. We walked out on the court. He looked at me and said, the fuck you got on your feet? I said, he just shook his head at me. End up killing him. Right? Story. You can look this shit up. You can look it up. You can look it up, bro. He ended up tearing our ass up. I remember he had the game-winning shot, but before the game-winning shot, I think we just hit a shot, put us up by 1. They called a timeout. He walked past and said, you know y'all left me too much time, right? Came out, hit the game-winning shot. Swear to God, hit the game-winning shot. Walking off the court, he said, "Yeah, don't wear them shits ever again." I've never put on a pair of Jordans again in the NBA game.
That's dope. That's
so you
dope.
never played in Jordan.
Never played in another pair of Jordans again.
Wow.
True story. You can look it up.
You playing Kobe's?
That's all I wear.
Right now?
Oh, yeah.
That's all I wear. But it was a relationship and a respect from Kobe to where he started to, give me the opportunity to be able to wear and design my own PEs. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And that just started from the respect and the love and the, our relationship. You know what I mean? And yeah, like I said,
that's so dope.
Yeah,
all the NBA players that wear Kobe shoes, like they make sure, like Devin Book.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's way more, but I like that.
It was so dope. You know what I mean? And it was a respect thing that he had too, where he started, because it started with like 5 of us was able to do the whole Kobe thing. You know what I mean? And you just see it start expanding more just with the respect of, guys looking up to him.
Did Kobe ever teach you a special move?
Footwork. He just always taught me how to pay attention to details when it comes to footwork. He was always adamant on me about everything to do with footwork. And it's so crazy because even when I used to ask him a question, he used to take offense to it, right? Like, what the fuck you mean? You ain't figured it out yet? You know what I mean?
Right,
so it got to a point where like, man, let me make sure I master this shit first before I ask him anything else. You know what I mean? But the footwork thing all came from him without doubt.
Yeah, I got a crazy Kobe story. When we was playing Portland in the playoffs, and I had just had my shoulders or not operated yet. I had just had my shoulders. I had got shot up to play because both my shoulders was fucked up. So I wasn't playing for like a week or two before the playoffs started, just to let the medicine start to work and shit like that. But I'm nervous going into the series because I ain't played basketball in 2 weeks, and now we about to start the playoffs. So I sent Kobe a bunch of edits on like, and no, I actually think we played a couple games. So I sent them some of the edits from the Portland game, and he hit me back like, "Hold on, I'm in the movies with my daughter. Like, I'm a watch these clips and I'm gonna get back to you." So I'm thinking like, "Oh, no way, this nigga gonna get back to me." Like, sure enough, bro, like 3 hours later, he gets back to me and like literally a paragraph detailed out on what I need to do. When they come for the double, do this. Always look at the big, like follow the big man. Play a little, like he was going down in details on all the shit I should do. I still got
I'm about to say, do you still got
I still got to save.
Make
Absolutely.
a shirt of that, monkey.
Absolutely. And so I go into the game, and that was all that was on my mind, the shit that he was telling me to do. Bro, sure enough, the game was just easy. Like, the game, no bullshit, the game was easy. I was seeing the defense. I'm getting to my spots. I'm reading where the big is coming. Like, everything that I was telling him I was having trouble with, the game was just like this now. And, like, it just, for me, I had gotten to that point, finally, like, you had the relationship, early on, but I feel like that's where I was going towards with the relationship with Kobe. I was, starting to, he invited me to, his, camp that he was doing in the summers. And it was just a relationship we were starting to have through text, through talk, on the phone. Like, he was starting to take me in. And, I say that to say, it sucked to have that shortened and, not be able to have him as a resource again. But yeah, shout out to the Bean, man.
The Bean.
For sure.
Speaking of the Bean, and we're going to keep it on the Bean right now. Something that people probably don't know about you. They say you one of the biggest Kobe sneaker collectors. That's what I want to know. I want to know if you still collecting and who's your challenger.
It's crazy. It's not even a collector. It's like I am the
Oh, you are Kobe
brand.
the God
Like,
now.
because it's more so like no one has more Kobe's than me. I know that for a fact.
At all.
No question.
Like, hands down.
Hands down. I could assure you nobody in the league has more Kobe's than me.
Not even
Can I ask how?
Because it's
Because you come out with some shit, and I'm like, where he get these?
Listen, first it started like when they was able to give me my own PE and allow me to, design certain PEs, like, and it just translate over to where like I had to be the first one to get these amount of Kobe's every time. I was the first one. It was the first one because people don't know. Remember the last couple of years, Kobe was always hurt, so he never could be the one to display the shoe. You know what I mean? So when the high top 9s came out, I was the first one to wear them. I was the first one.
Wow, you displayed his shoe for him.
I was the first one with a lot of the Kobe's because he was either hurt or they didn't make the playoffs. So I was the first ones wearing a lot of the release ones.
Wow.
So it kind of just started from there of just Nike just making sure I just had whatever was going to come out later down the line, I had them first. You know what I mean? It just turned over to like, all right, how you want your colorways? You know what I mean? All right, I asked my daughters, what's your favorite cartoon? All right, make them like this. You know what I mean? And it just kept going and kept going and kept going to where it's like, the last 2 years, you know how many guys and said and asked me for Kobe's?
I was just about to ask you, do you give them away when you done with them?
I used to give guys, like, if I'm close to you, I give you shoes and all that. But this before they had renewed the Kobe deal. I didn't know if it was ever going to come back. So I was like, nah, I'm going to stop giving them I'm gonna stop giving them out because I used to give them out so much.
Right.
And I just wasn't sure the brand was going to come back. So I was just like, man, I'm going to just sit on these. But I got so many of just shoes on.
Yeah.
Do D-Book ever ask you about your shoes?
Nah, because D-Book got his own. He got his own
little connect.
He got his own little colorways. He got his own.
Yeah.
He got his own. You know what I mean?
What's your favorite? The favorite ones to hoop in?
My favorite ones to hoop in? Probably the Kobe ones.
Yeah, because I see you wear those a lot.
Yeah, the Kobe ones is most. They're my favorite ones to hoop in for sure.
You wore some this year too.
Yeah. I'll go back.
Started bringing.
I go back and forth with my shoes and his shoes.
They're my favorite ones.
Just from the respect.
You ever wore some of P's?
Yeah, I remember when I think the first one came out. I sent them a picture of them.
Yeah,
I got some. I worked out in them. Yeah,
it's it's crazy because you don't really tie your shit up.
I don't tie my shoe.
What do you mean?
Hoop,
you play
like,
ball?
no bullshit.
Like this.
He hooped damn near like that. Like,
do you tape
but
your
he'll
ankle?
just tie it.
Your ankle taped or something?
No.
What kind of ankles you got?
If you ever watch him, his shoes be like that. They'll just be like tied.
I just do this.
But he could just pop his shit off like this.
Why, DeMar?
It's the craziest
I've been
thing
like that since I was like 12.
And your shoe never fall off in a game?
It came off before, but for the most part, no. I've been in plenty of games. I'd be by the bench or something. Guys be like, man, how you don't tie your shoe?
Yeah,
my shoe never tied. Never tied.
No one can come down and untie it at the free throw line. You're good.
My shoe don't be tied. I could do this in a game.
No bullshit. It's the craziest thing.
Slip it back on.
No, that's a wild.
Huh?
How did you find that out?
Just playing against it, and I'll be looking like, damn,
like, just been a game
I ain't hoop like this.
What the fuck is wrong with you, DeMar?
I'm telling you, I don't.
What is it? You
step
just
on your
don't like
foot
them
and
tight?
make a shoe.
I just never liked tight shoes. You know what's crazy? I was 11. I remember I had some Jordan 11s, and I got them like for Christmas or something. And no, they was some 9s. They was some Jordan 9s, and they was my everyday shoe, but they was my hoop shoes too.
Yeah.
I used to wear shoe. So I used to never want to fuck them up. So I used to like try my hardest not to crease them. I never wanted to choke them out.
Okay.
So when I was like 11, I played in these Jordan 9s, and I just put them on. I was like, man, I hope I don't fuck them up. I'm not going to tie them. I'm not going to do nothing. And I got through the whole game. And ever since then, I just never tied shoes.
I can hoop like this.
I just never,
We not saying try this at home, kids.
It ain't
this is
for
what
everybody.
he do.
Like, I really don't tie my shoe. Like I can't. I just can't do it.
I think I'm a thin line. Like I ain't choking my shit out, but my shit snugged a little bit.
That's some unique shit. I ain't never heard of that in my life.
But it's also I also play in a new shoe every game. So you know how some guys like breaking in
right
a shoe? Like I like my shoes feeling like tight on me. Like a brand new shoe, snug. So every time I put a new shoe on, I don't feel like I need to tie.
How many pair of socks you wear?
One.
And you not taped or nothing?
You got some strong ass ankles.
That's crazy.
You for sure got you ain't had no ankle sprains?
No, it was crazy. I used to fuck my ankle up a lot in high school.
Okay.
A lot.
So your ankles are strong as shit now.
Like,
we don't want to jinx him or nothing.
Like, yeah. No, real.
Not at all.
What's crazy, even like my ankle's so stiff, it's like even guys on the team, like I done roll my ankle in games, and guys be like, "Damn, man, you all right?" And I'll be like, "Yeah, I'm good."
Yeah, I'm straight.
Like, I'm straight. Like my ankle is just.
So then, what you do? Because a normal person that roll their ankle, that's the time you tighten your shit.
I don't do
you
nothing.
just keep it going.
Wiggle my ankle.
Wiggle my ankle.
What does your athletic trainer say about this?
I have stiff ankles. Like I literally just have stiff ankles. You know how like some of like the measurements we got to do with like certain shit.
Bend the knee.
You got to bend.
Yeah,
like my shit don't go nowhere. Bro. Like just because my ankle's so tight, but it's such a good thing in the same token. But it just comes from me just hurting my ankle so much when I was younger that it's like kind of like a built up callus, so to speak. You know what I mean?
Wow,
That's some new shit. I never heard of this.
So, DeMar, you play in the Drew League a lot here in LA. And have you ever texted P to come play with you? Because we got to get him out there.
Yeah, we played.
Yeah.
But you've only, how many times have you done it? You haven't.
P play.
He doesn't play. You doesn't play as much as you do in the
I
league.
played with Debo.
I don't think nobody plays as much as me. I have a problem.
You always play.
They be having to talk me out of not playing. Like I have a problem with that. Like I could admit that. Like it was sometimes I shouldn't have took my ass out there and played. Like, but I go play. But yeah, P played. I mean, we played.
I think I played twice with you.
Yeah, we should have won a championship. Matter of fact,
Why do you love to play in the Drew so much?
One, I just love hooping, and two, my dad was the one who took me to the Drew League when I was like 14, and was like, "Man, get your ass out there." I'm playing against
dad on the show.
My dad passed away like 2 years ago.
I'm sorry.
No, you good. My dad was old country.
Your dad was
That
a good
motherfucker
dad,
was
man.
like, so he just threw me out there. Right?
No jean shorts.
No jean shorts. But I remember being like shook, like these grown ass men, like how I'm supposed to. He said, "I don't know, figure it out, go hoop." And this when the Drew League used to be at a middle school. It used to be like 2 benches in there, all old motherfuckers.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll go in there and they just beat me up, hitting me against the wall. I'm like, man, I'm glad I ain't got to come to this again. Next week come, he take me again. Becomes a routine that he just taking me up there just to play, be around grown men. And it became such a ritual for me to just want to go back and play because it's like, I just felt like that was just such a learning lesson for me of my dad just putting me in there.
That's
you know
dope.
what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Now to look at it where how far the Drew League came and also how far I came as a player to be able to play in front of kids for free in my own community. You know what I mean? It means so much. You know what I mean? Because it's like, I remember the first NBA player I seen when I was young. I thought it was fucking a megastar, and it was Derek Martin.
Derek Martin.
Derek Martin.
That's old.
Most people probably don't even remember Derek Martin. Like, but I seen him in Compton. I was at my grandma's house, and I just thought it was everything. Like, oh my God, he in Compton. What the fuck? Like, I just held on to that. You know what I mean? So for me, just looking back at it, whenever kids could come see you play for free, it just make me feel like it's an obligation for me to always just want to go out there and play. You know what I mean? Like, on top of being able to obviously do what I love, have fun, but it'd be a lot of times for them kids, you know what I mean, just to play in front of them, people who probably never gonna get to be able to go to an NBA game. So
that's dope.
I gotta get out there. It'd be hard for me just because of the timing.
Nah, yeah, it's
like usually it's like we just finished. I'm taking like 2-3 weeks off. Then it's like, damn, I ain't picked the ball up, and I'm about to go out because it's like I think it's worth highlighting. Like LA is hoopers here. Man. You can play in the Drew League and see some talent that could be in the league. You know what I mean? As far as talent wise goes, so. I'd be like, damn, yeah, let me get a couple weeks to, get my feet back under me and because I ain't trying to come out there and that be the last impression. Like, oh, he ain't really like that.
Ready. Yeah, you know what I mean? You definitely gotta come ready. Definitely gotta come ready.
Speaking of LA, I want to talk about a great person that was from LA, the great Nipsey, man. And I know you two had a great relationship, like hands down. And I know he's a big part of the Clippers. Y'all always, got him in y'all locker room listening to him, motivation and all that stuff. So how did that relationship come to be when you first got around Nipsey? Like how did y'all meet and stuff?
Yeah, it was crazy. I don't even remember how or when, but I know it was a long time ago. Probably I want to say 2010. I want to say 2010. I was eating in Barry's. And we had a mutual friend that he was close with, I was close with, that was there, and we just ended up chopping it up in Barry's pizza, getting some pizza, and everything else after that was legendary. You know, obviously obviously I was a fan before that.
Right.
But just to see, you know, him elevate in rap and my career take off, and, you know, every step of the way we stayed in contact and the relationship just grew, and, you know, it became a thing to where, you know, next day, you know, we eating together, we're going to dinner together, we're doing small stuff like that. So, you know, I want to say it probably started like 2010.
That's a long time. The great Nippy.
Great
But all the LA games too on neighborhood. What about you, P? How was that? Tell us a little bit about that Clippers. Why y'all have them in y'all locker room and stuff so much?
I think for us, I think what separate us from the Lakers is our touch to the community, and obviously what Nipsey did to the community, and how big he was in the community. It's just, you know, an easy segue for both of us, you know, and, you know, a lot of times we would play him throughout the games. I remember we had, you know, a part when we would run out, or when they introduced us, it was a part of Nipsey stuff. He just so happened, you know, to, you know, be a big influence for us. And then, you know, now having Russ there with us.
That's a big Nipsey Hussle fan.
Big. Yeah, so that's just kind of how that went about.
This is an extra question. What's your favorite Nipsey song for motivation?
Stuck in the Ground.
What about you, P? For motivation? Because, you know, Nipsey's a good motivator.
Keys to the City too.
Keys to the City too?
Yeah.
Some good ones.
Play that on repeat.
Okay.
I play that for like no bullshit.
That's why you told us about that.
Yeah, I play that shit on repeat for about 30 minutes.
Yeah.
No bullshit.
What about you? You play that one a lot?
Oh my God, what?
All the time.
Yeah, at least gotta hear that. That shit put me in a good mood.
I'm gonna ask y'all this: did y'all hear any Nipsey songs today?
No.
I didn't.
I need you to listen to that song on your way home, and I need you to do the same thing.
All right. Sure.
Shout out to the great Nips, baby.
Sure.
All right, I gotta ask this. Last question of the day. You started, obviously this is home, LA, started in Compton, then on to SC. Do you have any, I guess, like, at any point, do you want to find yourself back home?
I used to feel like that.
Yeah.
You know, honestly, I really used to feel like that. Just to see what it's like to experience it. But I'm at a stage to where I'm okay now if I don't. You know what I mean? It's not like a ultimate desire of mine. You know what I mean? Because it's like, you know, the love that I'm able to bring back here and receive from being here too, it's just as fulfilling to me. You know what I mean? I used to think like, man, I gotta play home so I can see what it's like. Right. You know what I mean? That's but it's like I get it from both ways now. You know, from home, and I'm able to represent home from where I'm playing. Right. You know what I mean? So nah, I don't feel like that no more.
Yeah, because I remember I was trying hard as shit to recruit you,
bro. Yeah. Oh shit. Oh, that's a whole nother gym.
But I want to like
that would be crazy.
Because after it was done, I felt like a sucker.
I remember you told me.
Yeah, I remember. I in Chicago, I came to you. I was like, bro, that was some bullshit.
Yeah.
But I wasn't even thinking, like, I didn't know what we had to offer. I didn't know, like, it was just, yo, we got interest in bringing DeMar here. Like hell yeah, let's go get that.
Yeah.
So, and then when I actually, like, you know, did the numbers of what we could offer and you know, obviously what you deserve, you know, way more than that. I just felt like, damn, like I really tried to get the homie to come here on the low. Like, it was some bullshit.
No, it was some bullshit.
To get the homie to come on the low.
Real shit. No, you know what's real? Yeah. It's crazy. Like, I've never even talked about this story. First time I seen him after that, he was like, man, my bad. Like, you know what I mean? And I never even took it like in no disrespectful type of way, because in that moment I was like, man, hell yeah, like let's figure it out. I remember texting him like, all right, let's figure it out and everything. But, you know, the business side of it, you know, just was, you know, flawed in his own right. But me just looking at it like, man, damn, I could I could do this, play with my dog, home. Like, all right, let's try to figure it out. That's crazy. Like
that shit was weighing on me, bro. I ain't gonna lie. I was thinking about that shit. Like, damn, bro, that was a sucker move.
Told me for the game. Yeah, told me for the game. Like
that would have been dope as hell.
Yeah, it would have been dope. Cause Y was pushing for it too. Y like, hell yeah, let's go get him. Like, so that's why we went to L. Like,
ran the Clipper colors today.
Definitely red and blue.
You got the blue to match with it.
That's crazy. I be forgetting about that shit, P.
Yeah. No cap,
crazy.
bro. Yeah, we want it. We want it. All right, that's a wrap. Episode 11. Debo, we appreciate you coming through.
Man, appreciate
it's
you.
It's a legend here. LA legend.
Thank you, man.
West Coast legend. Compton legend. Drew League legend. The whole 9. We appreciate you for episode 11. Shout out my guys, Dallas, Jackie Long. Appreciate y'all doing what y'all do.
Appreciate y'all, man.
Love. It's a wrap. We at episode 11. All dogs go to heaven. I'm just saying everything. I'm 11. Bars. Quit playing with me, Peace. I threw you one up in there today.
You did.
I threw you one.
You did.
And reminder, new episodes dropping every Monday for the rest of the NBA season. Make sure you go subscribe on YouTube and turn on those post notifications so that you don't miss another episode. And make sure you follow us across all our social media channels at Podcast P Show. And so tomorrow we typically have Jackie kind of close us out. That's what he was trying to do right there, but we have a guest. So are there any last words that you'd like to say at all? Anything?
Man, I appreciate it, man. It's cool ass situation, you know, anytime PG need me, whatever y'all need me, I'm here, man. Hopefully this be the best episode so far.
Come on.
I think it will.
Easy. Come on.